isn't. It's not nice. Like, drinking rancid off milk is yuck and tastes like vomit. But from my testing, I've not gotten sick, so it's interesting. Why are you doing this again? Because I'm trying to make my own kefir. Now my kefir is way better. Like I've got some of my kefir grains now are now producing some nice thick shit. I get the full whole milk with full fat, and I've got a method now, and I've made a single batch of really good kefir. And then what I did is I split that up into a different bottle with no grains, and I let it grow. And I've made like 1.5 batches, say, of actual good kefir. And I've made maybe like 5 rancid batches. So we're about 5. We're just up to 5 rancid, but 1.5 good. Prove it. Kefir. Why am I drinking kefir? Oh, because it's supposed to be really good for your gut health and all sorts of health benefits. Yeah. All sorts of health benefits. A man caught on a family door licking the doorbell for over 3 hours. Wait, how did his tongue not get raw, bro? What the fuck? What the fuck? I mean, he must be on drugs. There's no way you do that normally. And what's this? Oh, yeah. Verblight sent me this or something.
Why don't surgeons just sit for the surgery? Well, not enough leverage. And standing? I mean, try doing that for 12 to 16 hours. That's really rough. So instead, get yourself a nice swivel saddle horse chair. Just don't fall.
Chair idea. So he wants me to get one of those. Yeah, I don't know about that. I've got a saddle chair. I've got one of those. So, yeah. I got one of those. Chat.
Holy fuck! I need a new mod.
Mod. Me. Dada, I will take care of this for you.
You got this. Here you go, Papa Skipple.
Alright, guys. Line up here with your opinions. Don't forget, this is the most free chat on Twitch.
I am proud of you, boy. Now come over here, I'll show you why they say Daddy's working.
But I am a vegan weeb.
Don't worry, boy, it's mostly a meatless bone.
Okay.
What is this? I'm not listening to this.
Quicken your
Wait,
pace.
what's this? What's this?
Bozo Rip.
Fake story number 785. Good one, little bro. Classico.
Would you...
Go.
Fat lol.
Snow?
Let the dogs run. Less than 3.
Move along.
I was thinking about something today, Quinn. Do you think that eating nachos will get you closer to doing drugs?
Huh?
Quin69, I like your stream because you are the best clown I ever seen in any circus so far, and it is a free show. Keep it out, my king lol. Hee. Fat.
Move along now.
So please, may you play games now? Did it work? Chat? Fart.
3 hours of React content. What are the odds that we do endgame bosses today, boys? I can't say that I'm very optimistic.
Multiple bosses today, bro. Yeah, chat.
59
I
years
just
of
need a
good
distraction,
times.
Man. I like.
Thank you,
I love
Quantum.
watching some videos. Honestly, chat. Really enjoyed that YouTube sesh. Appreciate you guys being there to give me good takes, and then to give good takes too. All around, good takes from chat today. For the most part, pretty reasonable.
Quicken your pace.
Some good videos. Proud of you. Yeah, no. I was just doing some YouTube therapy, chat. Okay, I was doing some YouTube therapy. Okay.
15 years of good takes and meadow streams.
Move along now.
Introduction, eh? Cheer, brother! 30% move speed. Wait, how much is 30% move speed? How much is that worth? There must be 30% move speed is quite good, right? Like 30% move speed just by itself. What are you talking about? Okay, so wait, that's actually cheap.
Go.
Wait, 30% move speed, 20 lightning res, and 35 life. Ooh, with no evasion rating. Okay, this is something, isn't it? I should totally cancel this. Right? We'll just try get the life roll better. With big evasion rating. Oh, come on. Come on. Are you kidding me? You got to be kidding me. Mamma mia. That's what the kids were saying at the party, by the way. When pizza arrived, when the pizza arrived, they're all going, "Mamma mia, mamma mia." Yeah, Joe would have been raging, bro. The fucking. That's what children think. And it was Domino's, by the way. Domino's. Razor sharp. Wait a minute, that could be a good base, eh? Whoa!
Move along now.
Couple big regals here, chat. Huge regals. We get some dog shit ass light radius shit. Okay. We get Dex life. I think it's a slam. Yeah, still it's fine. I mean, dude, that's gotta be worth something. This has gotta be worth something, right? Look, this. Yeah, it's 5 eggs. Let's sell it for fucking 5 eggs or something, bro. Fuck it. It's money, bro. It's money. Exact price. Exalted orb. 5. Do we slam this one out? I think we do. Damn, man. I'm just looting my currency, bro.
Do you seek my wisdom, or only?
I see if I can hit Fizz. If I can hit Fizz, it'd be worth heaps. I just didn't hit Fizz, man. God damn it. Yeah, I need to buy it so bad to restart here. Hideout Gamer. Chat. So, for those of you guys who missed, yesterday,
Go.
I was able to defeat the Labyrinth, the Uber Labyrinth boss on the second attempt. People were doubting. People were pogging, but I did ultimately succeed. So we are fully ascended. What I need to do is I need to figure out, what am I going to drop? Do I drop 20% strength? Do I drop 15% life? I need to drop something to get max fire res, basically. So I can get my fire res up, which gets me all my other reses up to the max, and then my character's a complete Giga Chad beast. So, as you can see, we've got this node here. Look at this. You can see my stats. I will be right back. I'm just going to make some coffee. Take a rest. Want to get back, chat? We're popping off. We're going rank 1. Yeah, we're popping off. We're going rank 1, bro. All right? I'll BRB. BRB. Going rank 1, baby. Let's get it. The most powerful there ever was.
Need a sec.
Okay, at least he's not going to dodge Hammer of the Gods, right? What? I looked at chat! What? I was. Hey, lock in!
Rend your soul! These spirits are mine! Your intrusion will be punished!
What? What?
Asinia, join me!
Oh my god, bro!
Servants, obey!
Do I click that breach, dude? Am I just dead or what? Help. Holy, bro.
Elon, please. Come on, bro. Elon, did you see that? Ooh, elongated cock rat. Please tell me it'll be okay. Please, Daddy Elon, please. Whoa.
Go back. What do you... Seriously? Seriously? Come on, guys. Get out of here. Okay, what am I dropping? If I drop strength, I drop shockwave damage. If I drop... I guess I could check out which one gives me the... I mean, I'm obviously going to get more life from 15% life than I am 20% strength, right? Yeah, obviously. Should I see what the difference is? Let's have a look at the difference. Okay, so 2.9k to 2.8k. Okay, that's nothing. That's nothing. Yeah, it's nothing. Wow, strength is actually mid as fuck for life. What the hell? And then max fire. I mean, let's see what the max fire looks like, chat. Apply. 3, 2, 1, and apply. Are you ready for this, chat? Are you ready? Boom! Oh my god, bro! Oh my god, bro! Holy shit! Woo! Woo! I'm assuming at the 89 kind of is like a little bit like, damn, bro. Like, kind of cringe unk. A little bit cringe unk. You know what I'm saying?
Have a different plan.
That's got to be better than 100, what, 200 life. Like, what are we talking now?
Free me.
What the fuck was that? My life was low there randomly. What, 3,000 divided by 2,800. It's gonna be like what? My gut's saying like 5%. 7.1. Okay. Okay. Okay, 7.1 to all damage types, right? Versus, close to like it's more like 45% DR to elemental. Jonathan will be on drop frames in about 30 minutes. Do we want to watch that? I could watch that. How long is it going to be, though? Is it going to be super long? Is it going to be annoying as fuck? I could watch it while gaming. I could do it like, it could be like a watch it while gaming kind of thing. So I could game and watch it. I should just have them up at the top right, kind of small. Yeah. Oh, we'll do that. We'll do that. Alright, we'll just do that. Yeah, fuck it. Wait, do I need to check contact code counter to make sure he's all good with it? I mean, that'll be all good. What are they gonna be like? No? No? Like, this thing we're doing with, they're gonna be like, no?
Free me. I beg of you.
It just says no. You cannot watch this. Well, because it's an interview with a developer, right? Like the game dev. So of course, they would expect. Of course, they would expect people to watch it. But then I'd be like, hey, I'll just Twitter DM him just to make just like whatever. Just see it. Go. Carnage, yo. King. Yo, King. All good if I watch Party the John J8 interview? Yo, King. J-O-H-N? Because I did J-H-O-N and it looked weird, so I did J-O-H-N. Okay. Well, I DM'd him. Yeah. I guess we'll find out. I mean, I'm gonna watch it. It's one of those things where unless if he doesn't reply, I'm still gonna watch it. I'm gonna assume that anything like that is gonna be okay for anyone to watch. All right. Get your boat. No, we're not doing that one. Hell no, we ain't doing that one, little bro. Hell no. Give me ones that do extra LE damage. Monsters break 50% of physical wait, armor, 50% damage. Okay. Guess we'll just give that a go. Okay, I failed this Valve Factory like 5 times. When I say 5 times, I think 2 times is what I mean. I'm kind of just over-exaggerating. So we're about to find out. Was it elemental damage? If it was elemental damage, then we're good. If it wasn't, we're not good. Drop's about to end. Rip today, boys. This guy's brain dead and retarded, by the way. Let's go and ban this guy for 8. If you think that drops have any impact at this point on any level of any metric or any decision I make, I don't know. I legit don't know what to tell you, man. You are completely out of touch. I have no idea what's going on. You're banned. I don't even... Look, I don't know what to tell you.
Good riddance.
Drops that do an MTX giveaway will have there'll be a slight buff in metrics for the first 24 hours of it. After that, it's imperceptible. Statistically irrelevant. Do you think, Damn it, I'm still taking damage! Nobody gives a fuck about those drops. You're projecting.
I'm not
and you're creating a fake reality, bro. Okay, they broke my armor, dog. I have 0 armor right now. 0 defense.
I'm not ready.
So you're basically taking no damage to this lightning shit, right? So anything that's elemental is going to be a meme for me. How the fuck do I get my PDR up now?
I'm not ready.
I guess I'm just going to get armor? Maybe I should try get armor? Unique helmet. Oh, this you talking about the 15% PDR helmet? I know the one you're talking about. I remember thinking about using it in my last
I need
round.
more time.
I need to try and get PDR somehow.
I can't yet.
Wait a minute. I could. Helmet, shield, PDR, chest. Yeah, do you think not investing in armor? Do you think actually investing in PDR itself, like the mod PDR? That is multiplicative and doesn't care about armor break and all that bullshit. What do you think? Yeah. So wait. $2,807 times by point.
Hello, boys. Brills and Quinn. Mummy hasn't forgotten you. Still thinking of you in Sanctuary.
It's like a 200 life roll.
Yeah.
It's like a 200 life roll. If you get like a 7 PDR roll, it's like a 200 life roll. And if you can justify it as well. So a PDR... Oh, chaos damage can kill me as well. Sleepy, that guy's a bozo. That guy's a complete bozo.
No challenge.
It's cool. I'm not getting shocked anymore. I'm pretty much immune to elemental ailments because I just reduce the damage so much that I can't inflict ailments anymore. Oh, it's saying that I just gotta ignore it. But I take no damage to the ignite, so W. I am permanently getting stunned by everything, dude. It's crazy. Okay, wait. What other ways can I get PDR, chat? I need PDR. Because what I want is my chaos rest to be like 70%, and I want to have
I can't yet.
high PDR with 90 max res. And then if I have all those things, my character should become tanky in the high tier maps. And if I'm tanky in the high tier maps, well then GG. I can progress through the game and I can start trying out endgame stuff.
A bugger.
I did turn the game. My bad. I'll turn this up. PDR shield. The thing is, my shield's so good. Look at my shield. Like, there's no way I'm replacing this. I'm sorry. Like the idea of just, you know, just loot it, bro.
I can't yet. I need more time. I'm not ready.
See this.
I'm not ready.
Pathetic. Pathetic. Did you see that? I stood in the molten crevasse thing. And it didn't even hurt me. Everything is stunning the fuck out of me, though.
I'm not ready. No challenge. I need more time.
What's the helmet called? What's the PDR helmet called? I remember I looted multiple of them on my last SSF playthrough.
I can't yet.
"12 months blasting dudes. Cha bro."
Quin mask. Mask. The hollow mask. It has a downside on it, right? Yeah, it does. It's kind of annoying. fact it's got Casper is kind of nice.
I'm not ready.
Wait.
Ready.
So it's like 420 life right now. My 2800.
I need more time.
That puts me at like 3200. But then I'll probably lose a max res, won't I? I bet you when I put that on, it breaks my fire res.
I can't yet.
It'll break my max res. Then again, maybe I don't need to worry about max res. Oh, that's stupid, because your max res gets more OP the more you have of it. But I'm thinking that I should be worried about...
You were no warrior.
What's my logic? My logic is that I should be worried about fizz damage, because my LE direction. If you're like at this kind of res, I mean, do you really need to worry that much about res? You know? Oh my god! What kind of damage was that? What kind of damage was that?
I need more time.
My Inferno Clasp. $29. Oh damn.
Attack, dodge, pause, rant. Oh my god, white mobs. Unpause. Attack, dodge, pause, log out.
Steel yourself.
That would be a nice one, actually.
I can't yet.
I don't even need a big plus. Right? Because this will just pretty much allow you to easily cap your fire race. Your max race. And you wouldn't need to, like... You could maybe even drop a whole wheel. So it could even save multiple points in your tree.
I can't yet.
Okay, I need to get out of this map. Why am I still doing this map, bro? These are 1 egg, bro. 13, 13, 10. -8. 1 divine. Oh, wait, what? Oh, wow. You can get to 17%. Is that guy price fixing, do you think? Or do you think they just don't corrupt him? What's one of these songs where they have like a ultra low bassy voice?
Quicken your pace.
Ultra low bassy voice. Yeah, they're the price. I'm telling you, look, he's not gonna reply. He just does that to try to buy them. -10. Please, little bro, please. Holy fuck. I'll skip it. What's going on there? When interview? In 10 minutes or something, I think. Come on, bro. Is it in 10 minutes to drop frames or whatever? I don't have fucking Twitter on my phone. I can't even check it. I just have to go to x.com on my fucking...
I can't yet!
I'm not even logged in, bro. Do you know what? Fuck X. I don't even want to log in on my phone or anything.
I'm not ready! I'm not ready! I'm not ready! I can't hold it in!
Alright, Russian RNG boys, what do you reckon? Russia service boys?
I can't hold it in! Ah! Ah!
Oh shit! Oh my god, bro! 18%
I can't
PDR
hold it
-9! Holy! GG, that was selling for like 3 div, by the way, whenever I looked at it. So, I mean, I don't know if that would ever sell for 3 div, but 80% PDR? Yeah. Okay, the question is, how bad does my shit look whenever I put this on, though? How much max res am I gonna lose, chat? What do you guys reckon?
I can't yet. I just fucking can't. You need to wait, Quinton.
That's not that bad,
Be
is it?
patient, because I simply fucking can't yet. You expect that I can, but I just fucking can't. Even if I wanted, I can't yet.
Okay, can you trade these up
37
somehow?
months of D4 bad.
How do you do it?
Your pace.
This guy disenchant or something? How do you do it?
It's not on our side.
Wait, I gotta go do some shit or reforge some shit or something. Wait, so I gotta go to the Molten Giant. Oh, fuck. The Molten Vault. Yeah, I was too lazy to get it, bro, okay? Like, fuck. I was too lazy to get it. Yo, dude, that's crazy. 18% PDR. Wait, how lucky was that, by the way? What was the chances of that outcome? It minuses less res, and it gives me more PDR. And I got more chaos res. So my guy's more it's just better in every way.
Feel yourself!
Wrong zone? Wait, what? I'm in the wrong zone? Wait, let's go down here, maybe?
I'm not ready.
So this is the great zone, right? No, I'm just in the number one. I'm in a level 43 zone, chat. I'm just getting to the Molten Vault. I just need the fucking stupid bench thing that I never got it. I didn't realize you needed to do it. So obviously I just did it one time and then never did it again. So now I've just got to find it.
I'm not ready.
I got my 4th ascendancy, bro. My guy's done. He's fully ascended. And now what I'm doing is I'm trying to fix my guy in higher tier maps. 18% PDR is huge.
I need more time.
Super massive, yeah. Who's interviewing? It's a co-carnage. It's gonna be like a fluff piece one. It's not gonna be like a... They're gonna ask the dev what his favorite character is. Kind of interview. Okay? It's gonna be very casual oriented. I'm not gonna be watching it full screen. I'm just gonna watch it. I'll just have my game sound turned down massively, and I'll just have it playing in like the top left or something. It's not gonna be some shit where like co-carnage sits down to the devs and asks the real questions, and we get down to the truth.
Time.
Is Pee-wee 2 dead? It's not gonna be something like this. It's gonna be more like what's your favorite dog breed? Bro, it's crazy that I can still get one shot in the zone. Even being 40 levels over the zone. I'm still scared for my fucking life. How crazy is that?
I can't yet.
That just shows you how bad those monsters are and how poor the balance is on those things. I'm not gonna pause it. When is it? Tell me whenever drop frames is live though, chat. Let me know whenever it's live and I'll boot it up. Come on, Volt. All right, Ben's going easy. Huh?
I need more time.
Bro, I'm gonna hate watch Asmongold. Wait, bro, I'm gonna go watch Asmongold. I hate Pee-wee too. That's cool, man.
Yet.
Go watch Asmongold. That's what you want to go do. Nothing wrong with watching a bit of Asmongold, guys.
Fortune favors me. I can't yet.
No. Well, I mean, it's gaming Mongold, like, you know, okay, when he's doing that whole political thing, it's like, it's a lot. It's exhausting, you know. It's exhausting. But hey, someone's got to do it, right? Someone's got to do it at the end of the day.
I can't.
Asmon made me. Mate, I was streaming. Well, do you know Asmongold used to be a Quinn viewer? Didn't know.
I need more time.
Back in the day, actually, he used to watch me play Diablo 3. He didn't know. He was he's a Quinn viewer. Can confirm. Back in the day, mate. Explains a lot. He's a smart man. He understands, you know, good streaming when he sees it. What can I say? Yeah, I must admit, it's so dude. I hate that even just people typing Asmongold the triggers a bunch of people on chat. It's just like, ugh. It's like I don't even.
Want to know what pisses me off? GGG seems to revolve around this RNG system of upgrading gear with currency like augmenta orbs and so on. And what gets me in order to progress farther and get more powerful, you need said currency like exalts. And they don't drop anymore like they used to, in my opinion, and they over-nerfed the economy and currency drops.
Back in my day, let me tell you, POET used to be a lot better, brother. BGG went too far, man.
No challenge.
Back in my day, you could just work a job and you could buy a house. You could do a map and you'd be able to craft a military item. But nowadays, you can't barely even survive.
Face me.
Alright, where are we? Twitch.tv. Is it gonna be on Code Carnage or is it gonna be on like It's Me JP?
Okay, first of all, always have an escape plan. Always have an escape plan. Because if you don't,
it's good advice.
You're gonna get
just
surrounded
in general.
and you're gonna have a bad time.
Oh wait, is it starting now? Or?
Benikia Dimus saw Odomus das je Montonderus we musk.
Can someone tell me when it's gonna happen, bro? Like, can someone tell me when it's gonna happen? Like, do we know when it's gonna happen? Are they? Wait, it says something about 90 minutes. I mean, it's 6 a.m. right now, so I mean, shit, it's showing up that early, bro.
I can't yet.
4 minutes, 40 minutes. Is he coming on at 6:30? We'll let you know. Well, I don't want to. I want to know like minutes in advance. I don't want to know like. Oh, he's got some sort of ad going now.
I'm not ready.
Looks to be some sort of ad up. Wait, 6:30. So Jonathan is coming on at 6:30 a.m. So in 3 minutes. I'm looking at it now. Look what they got. They got some weird thing going on here. Look, I'm seeing they've got some sort of emoji up, like
21 WTFF.
Why not? You're telling me a bunch of stuff, chat. You're telling me a bunch of stuff.
I need more time.
He's telling me a bunch of stuff. Look at this level 40 zone. Well, it lets me move past the monsters and dash forward, so.
It's safe to say he's.
Do you reckon this fire does damage to a max level player? Or do you reckon I can tank it? Should I give it a test? I'm like a kid. Dude, I'm at fucking 90% fire rate.
Let me adorn you in gold.
Is it just a one shot?
Melt your flesh.
Nah, percent HP true damage. That's good. This is it. No, can tank it, boys. Can tank it. It does damage to me though, even at 90% max res, so that's a lot of damage.
I need more time.
Damn, this guy's tanky, bro. Huh? What? Huh?
The better Smith wins.
What the fuck was that, GGG? That was scuff, dude. Holy shit. Okay. Whatever. That's crazy, bro. Wait, what's going on? Is the interview happening now? They're doing something. Something's happening. I think it's happening now. Like, this is what I'm looking at. What is this? You think they're doing a sound check? Okay, so it's about to go down. Okay, I'm gonna turn this shit off. I'm gonna turn my music down real low. My game sound's gone to like 0 here, chat. Co-Carnage. Interview. I'll probably do it in a way where I can just have like a... Like this? Like this or something? It's pretty good to me. I mean, I could just crop everyone and make it all bigger and then have them smaller in the edge here. Smaller? Yeah, I'll do it smaller whenever they get on. I'm thinking that I can just crop the whole top off like this and do something like this. Make your game smaller. I could do that as well. I could just instead of hybrid. Pro Tools just get. Okay, here we go. Out of its old quest. What the hell's this? What is that noise? Is that just kind of just drop frames? Why am I hearing like... Is that the podcast? It is, it's the podcast.
You didn't drop anything? Hazardous class, I know nothing about Pee-wee, but I heard it's bad. Well, maybe for...
Why can I can hear like It's Me JP talking. Okay, I'm gonna turn this shit off for now. I think. I'll just mute it. I'll just mute it till I see something happening, guys. I'll be real. Wait, should I be watching it from It's Me JP's point of view? It's Me JP's just got the screen up as well, bro. They've just got the screen up as well. He's got the same screen. I don't understand what's happening! Hey, who cares, chat? Look at this fucking mask that I bought for fucking 2 chaos and then I Varlobbed it and it went to 18%, which is now worth something like 3 divines. So I got this fucking sick 3 divine helmet, and now we're gonna go back to my base and I'm gonna go ahead and fucking slap that bitch. In this... Wait, so how does this work? I'm gonna go to the Reforge bench. Here we go, Reforge bench. We're just gonna drop these in. Boom, Reforge. Upgraded version, baby. Maybe she definitely. Oh, there we go.
James, we are now joined by Mr. Rogers. First name Jonathan. Has anyone ever called you Mr. Rogers, by the way, Jonathan?
Not really, to be honest. It's not something I'm used to hearing.
Are we on a first name basis then? Is that what you're saying? Or should I just?
I would say so.
Okay.
I mean, I'd kind of love to keep calling him Mr. Rogers.
I think for the entirety of the show, Mr. Rogers is his name. You know, we treat our guests with dignity, and that Mr. Rogers, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. It's what, 6:30 for you right now?
Yeah, it's pretty early in the morning. As we go through, you'll probably see the sun slowly rise up in the background there.
We can have a sunrise together. This is great.
Would you say that it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, Mr. Rogers?
Yet to be seen.
JP, we want repeat guests. We want guests to come back, and when you do stuff like that, they don't want to come back.
Everyone likes Mr. Rogers. Everyone's a fan. They get him all the way down to New Zealand, you know?
I notice you're doing an unintentional New Zealand segment right now, because I believe the last game you were just talking about is also a New Zealand developed game. So
oh, really?
you know, you've got they're made by, I believe that's made by Pickpock, the game you were just showing, who's there in Wellington. So you've got your thematic segment going on here.
Fantastic. Yeah, it was all planned from the start. Me and
from the start.
Yeah,
ignore those "oh really's" we just said. That was all part of the part of the show.
We're gonna edit them out in post. We'll find.
I don't know if you know them personally, but they were in my chat. One of the devs was in my chat while I was playing the game, and they were delightful.
Oh wow, fantastic!
I do know Mario, who's kind of the head of their studio. I'm good friends with. So.
You know Mario?
Oh, nice.
From the Mr. Mario from Nintendo.
Cut it. Stop.
I thought he was Italian. He's from New Zealand.
JP, stop.
Jonathan, we are so sorry.
It's okay.
All right.
So anyway, you work on a game or something?
Jonathan, you're the co-founder, game director on Path of Exile 2. Give me like the quick and dirty of how you came to be at GGG, Grinding Gear Games, and how you are in your current role. If there is a quick and dirty of that.
Yeah. So effectively, I, as you said, I'm one of the founders of the company. I was a founder right out of university. I was friends with my best friend at the time, and still the case. Chris Wilson. He, we just were like, we absolutely want to make a game. We knew we wanted to make what we definitely referred to as a sequel to Diablo 2. We were just like, no one's making this. We need to do it. We just formed a game company to do it. That's really the long and the short of it, to be honest.
Fantastic. So been there, how many years is that then at the company?
Oh, I mean, it was 2006, so I suppose 19 years.
Don't do the math.
It's,
and now we're all old.
Yeah. Actually, I realized recently that our company is more than half the age of the internet, which was kind of like a terrifying realization I had the other day.
I thought Mr. Rogers is supposed to bring like happiness and joy and a feeling of goodness to.
And the chat goes aware.
Okay, we go.
Oh man.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, an even more terrifying thing the other day is I was talking to someone. Sorry, I'm not going to have this digression right now. The other day,
Get it all out.
Yeah, I was talking to someone in the studio and I made a reference to Jurassic Park and someone didn't understand it. And I was like, how the hell do you not understand a Jurassic Park reference? Like, what's going on?
You'll probably get a kick out of this, Jonathan. In so many games, including the most recent one, KCD2, on the savior schnapps, there's an icon of a floppy disk to represent saving.
Yeah.
The amount of people that have no idea what that reference is for, just zero. Yeah. Anytime they see the save icon, they're just like, that's just some weird icon game devs use for saving. It doesn't mean anything. Okay.
Awful.
Right.
Jonathan, what games did you grow up on? I guess is where we'll start. And specifically, what games outside of ARPGs? Because obviously you had a strong influence from ARPGs, right?
Just a little.
Just a smidgen.
I mean, it's honestly a variety. People have often asked me, what are my favorite games of all time? And it's a really hard question. I'm trying to think, the really standout ones might be like like StarCraft and Warcraft, but also like Half-Life, like absolutely. Quake, definitely. Final Fantasy 7 and through 9, like these were games that I loved growing up, but also like Spyro and Crash Bandicoot and this kind of thing as well. Like, it's kind of like a huge variety of different kind of things that when I was growing up. I mean,
good games.
And a lot of shooters as well, like just first-person shooters. Like I played a lot of those. I mentioned Half-Life specifically because it's like the real standout, of course. But I honestly I wish there were more single-player shooters as a serious thing in this day and age, because like that's something that that's a genre I honestly miss. But like that. Just all kinds of things really.
So I just heard GGG is going to make a single player shooter. Is that correct?
That's what I heard. So honestly, that is probably not even
you play as
my
Sin,
wheelhouse as
and
far as skills
you're
are
going to go
concerned.
and just blast everyone. It's going to be fantastic. Coming soon. Coming soon.
Single player.
Well, that's
path of
fantastic.
immersive shooting.
Yeah, that's fantastic. You've had, let's say, a busy first week after the Point 2 launch. This is, I guess, the start of your Monday, right? The start of week 2 of the new patch. I hope you got some rest over the weekend, first off. And
I feel like we should just start with, so how we feeling?
Yeah.
How we doing?
Well, I mean, it's been a week for sure. And it's like, I would definitely say we've never had, so we've had a few cases that have been close to this, I would say, in the past, in terms of like the community being very unhappy about a lot of things. But this one was certainly taking the cake as far as that is concerned. But I mean, at the end of the day, the response is always the same thing, right? Like we hear what people say, we try things out, we see if we, like what we agree with, and then we try to find solutions that are going to fix, any kind of problem that the community have, and we keep on doing that. We keep iterating. I would say one of the things that that's been going on this time is there's certainly like an urgency at the moment to feel like, okay, we have to make sure that everything we're doing, we're like telling people that immediately. So we certainly wouldn't post like patch notes every day normally. So normally, of course, that stuff's sort of happening in the background. But we really wanted to make sure people are understanding the fact that we are kind of like looking into these things and improving things. So that's certainly been a bit of a ride. But like I'm certainly a believer that the more we do that, the more like the people will will effectively be happy once we've made fixes to all of the different things they're unhappy about. The hardest part, honestly, is just identifying the problems.
Right.
And
yeah.
I think,
interesting.
Yeah, I mean that's one of those things where, like, so for example, like a lot of people were talking about like monster speed, and it's like, okay, so when people are talking about that, they're talking about getting swarmed by monsters, right?
Fix this.
Okay. So then it's like, okay, well, why do you feel like you're getting swarmed by monsters? And then one of the things that we found, which we patch noted last week, is there was this system that monsters had where if they were doing like a multi-part combo, then there was a thing called an interrupt event where effectively, like, if the player got out of range of the monster, they would interrupt doing that skill and then continue chasing you immediately. And that means that effectively you didn't get a chance to kind of, like if a monster starts attacking, like they're doing like a sort of 3-hit combo, they'll do the first one, you'll be backing off from that, and then they'll immediately start running again and then immediately start the combo again. And so that kind of thing just makes them feel incredibly frantic. So like just like certain monster types that just have that real frenetic kind of frantic feeling. And so we disabled that on almost all monsters as an example, and like immediately it's like now when you're fighting those monsters, like even though like we haven't changed the speed of the monsters per se, we just found the thing that made them feel ultra fast as you're fighting against them. Yeah. And it's kind of like it's really just a continuous sequence of like finding things like that. And when you obviously we have like a lot of monsters in our game, like huge numbers of them. I mean, the eventual count of monsters we will have once we exit early access will be over 700. But even now, I think we've got over around 400 or something like that. It's like a ridiculous number compared to what most games have. And so it's like, you go back to some of these monsters and it's like, I don't even remember what was going on with this monster when we developed it. It's like this was a while ago. Like I don't know what's going on. So the monster guys kind of have to have a look at these things and sort of refresh their memories and like, okay, what the heck is it? How's this thing even set up? Like, what's even going on with this thing? Yeah. Let's find out. So there's kind of a lot of that going on. So it just takes a while to kind of like assess these things and work out. So we did our first batch of those types of changes last week, but you know, we're still sort of looking into things, and like those are the kind of the more obvious ones. But honestly, with a game like ours, like the more you look, the more you find. Like there's sort of an infinite ability for like problems to hide in the ridiculous amounts of numbers and
Combinatorics,
animations
baby.
and sort of things like that. So, you know, it's just a matter of finding everything, and you know,
Combinatorics.
if we can find everything, then you know, I have no doubt that people will enjoy the game much more.
Is that
Speaking
just...
of
Go ahead, Zeke.
just speaking of all those monsters, I'd be interested to learn is there like I wonder if there's like a shorthand, you know, like for the like certain groups of monsters like Bruce, Chad, Doug, like these are the monsters like that, like so you don't say like epic beast from the hell pit of blah 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 blah. So you just say like that's Dan. Or that's
they
Chuck,
do have
you
internal
know?
names. I don't know if Dan is one of them, but
Damn
they do have internal
Sorry,
names,
man.
and that'll just be whatever the artist happened to name the folder when they were creating the model in the first place. Like just whatever they happen to choose, that'll tend to be the name. And
okay.
Yeah, there's certainly some kind of random ones in there, but that's for the data miners to find, I suppose.
Are any of them hilarious?
Yeah, is there a Chad?
I'm sure they are, but I can't think of any of
Okay.
them. I think at some point, so in PoE 1 actually,
Dan the Harbinger of Hell.
Some of the like the boss of Act 3 is just called Pope. So like there are things like that because I think that's what they were looking at when they were designing it. But it's like I think in PoE 2 they actually started to get a little bit more rigorous with trying to make sure the names aren't super out there. So yeah, most of the names are kind of
more accurate.
You know. Not too out there, but yeah, generally speaking, I mean, look, almost everything's going to have a different name than what it's called in the game, just because the naming part is like the last part, and usually, and even on like streams and so on, I'll often refer to things by their internal names, like even just areas and stuff like that, because you know, that's what they're originally called.
Yeah. Anything in the game?
Oh, you learned them, yeah.
After you, Jonathan, is there?
No, not at all. I'm
all right. Nothing like that.
I popularize.
I want to
no
go
noob Saybot in this.
Titty bitches.
No noob Saibot at all.
You know what I'm talking about.
I want to go back to what you said in terms of like the monsters and finding what's wrong. And is that just purely a numbers game? Like, are you constantly playing the game, reading comments? Like, how do you attack that when you're, you know, when the internet is screaming? How do you like cut the noise and figure out exactly what is actually at fault?
Well, the key thing really is that I'm never going to make a change unless I can reproduce the suck for myself. Like I'm not going to just believe someone when they say this is bad. I'm going to like say, okay, so you're telling me that's bad. Great. I'm going to play this. I'm going to try and get to a situation where I can understand why you're feeling this way. Because if I don't do that and we just make random from the hip changes, then, you know, it's not going to result in a game that I'm happy with. And that's kind of important because, you know, like you know, in order to make the game good, it's really important that the people who are at the top level are playing that game every day. So, you know, like I have to be making a game that I'm enjoying. So effectively, like I need to be finding the things that are going to like make the game more fun for me and the players without making it less fun for me effectively. So that's kind of the key for me, I suppose. So, you know, when it comes to that, specific monster change, I mean, I have to admit that was actually like Mark who discovered that one, not myself, but, you know, that particular change is kind of one of those things. And by the way, the area that you're showing on screen right now, like that is an example of one of the monster sets that did have this problem. So like those monsters, yeah, were like incredibly vicious. Like it's just a matter of like, okay, let's play this area. Let's try and like a variety of builds. Let's see if we can find a build that feels overwhelming and bad and that kind of stuff. And you've got a lot of blind spots when you're playing as a game director because you know how to play, right? So you have to like often set challenges for yourself. Like now I'm going to play without this. Now I'm going to play with this thing. Like one of the key things that's really important as well is I'd like to do run-throughs where I pick the thing that I would least want to pick. So whenever the game presents me an option, I pick the thing I most don't want to pick and then see how it goes.
Sure.
And that can result in obviously you know, you do have to have like options that you can make where you can make mistakes. But you still have to understand what the lowest bound is as far as like, you know, what if I picked everything bad, if I'm doing all the worst ideas here, you know, what kind of experience do I have? And so that's something that that you also
called a streamer runs, by the way.
But it is definitely. I mean, okay, but it's interesting though because I think that is one of the things with the Huntress. I think that's been really interesting is that, and this is maybe going to sound a bit bad, but it's like most of the time when I'm watching a streamer playing the Huntress, they're playing it not as I would play it.
Judge me, Jonathan.
You can say,
tell me
okay,
I suck, Jonathan.
You can say
wrong.
You can say that. You can be like, most of the time I watch streamers play the Huntress, they're playing it wrong.
Yeah. But the thing is, I mean, look, at the end of the day, though, it's like, okay, people, if people aren't like playing in a way that I expect, it's because we haven't communicated the way we want people to play it, or people have tried it and they've not enjoyed it and that kind of stuff, right? So that's, at the end of the day, it's always on us still. But it's, you know, it's just one of those things that
Path of
you learn a lot
Resistance
from playing.
is what players
I think
will
it's
always go
interesting as
down.
well because when I went into this launch with the Huntress in particular, I was kind of like, look, regardless of any other changes we made, regardless of any content, I was like, I know the Huntress is fun. Like I've been playing it, I really, really love it. Like it is my favorite class that we have made.
Oh.
You know, so then that kind of then took me very by surprise when there were a lot of concerns about the Huntress at the start. It really comes down to those sort of playstyle things, right? Where like, you know, with the parries and the and disengage, like the whole like sort of in-out gameplay style, like I was really, really enjoying that. And a lot of our staff are as well, right? Like we've got a lot of people who are like, yeah, man, this is really awesome. Like it's got a sort of feeling of action that we haven't had, you know, like from the other classes to the same extent. There was that kind of stuff, and so yeah, it was really interesting that we had quite a lot of pushback about that. So then it kind of once again it came down to, you know, like we need to try the play styles that we're not trying. Like we need to, I need to try doing things that I wouldn't otherwise try, and then find out why, if those things are the problem.
Sure.
So out of curiosity, and this is going to sound like a basic question, but I'd kind of love your thinking on this. When you get to a situation where you are having to personally choose between something that is more fun or more balanced, how do you approach that?
So on the development team, I would say I'm usually the one who is pushing for more fun over more balanced. There are also countervailing opinions on the team as well for like people who have to like, you know, who have to make sure that the balance is good. And it is important.
They're probably like, no, stop having fun. Balance.
That's not the way that I would look at it, but it's kind of like, so I mean, I definitely push in that direction, but it's kind of like at the same time there is this concern where I always want the game to be readable and understandable and kind of be able to sort of see what's going on, and so sometimes like there's a level of stuff that I tend to be a little bit more like I'm a little bit uneasy about this, but I tend to be the one pushing for like, you know, everything should work. If you expect it to work, it should work, and you know, like you should be able to do all these combinations and things like that. The issue that you get is that if there are things that are just way more powerful than other things, then it's going to push everyone to play that, and that's going to mean that you sort of lose build diversity, and then there's a fun that you're losing from that that's a little bit harder to immediately identify, but it is important. Like there's a kind of long-term fun that you get from the fact that you play this game and there's so many different things you can try, and it's not immediately obvious as you're playing your single build on a single playthrough where you just want your thing to be powerful, but it's like, you know, we just have to like get to some level of balance and stuff along those lines. But yeah, generally speaking, I'm kind of like, you know, let people be able to do crazy stuff. Like that is important to me, so long as it's kind of like, you know,
it's integral to the game.
So long as you get that feeling of progression all through the game from beginning to end, effectively.
Cool. True. Yep.
Have you ever thought about streaming your own gameplay? Would you ever like open up the almost
Could you ever show us how to play a Huntress?
Yeah, like just to see. Like I see that question so much from the community. Like, well, how do you play it then? And I think it would do well.
This thought crossed my mind actually in the last week, I must admit.
Yeah.
And I kind of realized, I think what I'll do next time when we play, like between the week where we announce, you know, like do our live stream and announce the class, and the time when we actually, you know, like have the release, I think I actually might do some development streams and just like sort of show people.
That'd be cool.
It's interesting because.
Awesome.
Yeah. I mean, like, I guess there's no real reason I shouldn't do that. Like, I mean, it's probably.
I mean, you're going to get criticized, of course, but like,
of course,
you're going to do that regardless of if you stream or not.
Well, I was going to say you're already halfway there. I mean, your outreach to the community and doing these interviews with all the people that you have. I mean, you're essentially doing that already. Yeah. So just doing it while playing is the next step. But yeah, that'd be instrumental. Like, I got to say, it would have been very interesting to see the Huntress release after having seen somebody who knows the ins and outs of it utilize it effectively. Because I can tell you, the first hour, I was just like, okay, wait, am I supposed to do this, or can I just do my one button combo, or am I supposed to like? So like, it's so different and fun, but it was alien. It was not my. It was not like I'm not used to this, so I didn't know if I was doing it right. So it could be really cool.
The thing is, I mean, I'm like that feeling of this is alien is actually something that I want when we release a new class, because if we're not doing that, then we're not actually making new classes. Really, if you know what I mean.
Sure.
Like it's kind of supposed to be that each class has a different feel entirely. I mean, like that isn't necessarily always going to be 100% the case to this degree. But yeah, certainly as far as action RPGs are concerned, I don't really know if there's something quite like this in another sort of like, you know, in what you would in the action RPG system. When I refer to action RPGs here, I'm talking about top-down Diablo style games, right? That's what I'm talking about here.
Yeah.
Like there's not a lot else, you know, like this type of combat around. So you know, that is what we want to do. And I guess the thing that's interesting as well is that I sort of also suspect that if the Huntress had been in just the set of characters that we had launched at the start of early access, it would have also been quite a different feeling then as well, because then it would have just been like, okay, here's one of the options for the people who like this kind of like parry and really fast motion type of play style.
Does anyone like parry?
You know, like they're sort of bounding around and doing, you know, like dexterous melee. That would have been, because I mean, they're like the people who love that. But then obviously there are people who are like, you know, I find parrying awkward. I don't like, you know, this or that or the other thing. Then for those people, you know, like obviously other classes may be better. So if it had been launched in that same pack, I think we might have got quite a different reaction from that class in particular. Of course, there's like many other things that people are unhappy about as well, which we're kind of working on.
Sure.
But, you know, like that, in terms of that particular like, class reaction, I think that would have changed things quite a lot.
Yeah, yeah. You mentioned pairing, and as someone who has about 60-ish hours on the Huntress, currently tier 15 maps, I haven't parried since I was like level 10. Is that a good thing or a bad thing for you to hear that a player just completely disregarded maybe the core element of
parry,
a
core element of the class for you?
I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing, I suppose, but it is something that I think that it was a blind spot for me, because when I was playing, like all the way through, I was using parry all the time, because that sort of parry disengage into using a spear combo is something that I was using right from the beginning till the end.
Right.
You know, so that, like, I mean, the idea of that was, you know, like you sort of unlocked all the things that you can do with the with the twisters and stuff like that. And so I think that because we added that extra skill like right after launch, that means that no longer is that combo. Like I don't know if you're using that either, that Cull the Weak skill, but you might just be using frenzy charges from other source, because that's the other thing as well, is the frenzy charges then become sort of easier using other sources as you go through the game. So I'm curious if are you using frenzy charges at all is the first question.
No. I never said I'm a good build. Okay. Full disclosure, in PoE 1, I probably have like 2,400, 2,500 hours.
Right.
Never done my own build. I've always followed a guide.
Christ.
In PoE 2, I've never followed a guide just because of how the game's released with its updates. There's not really guides to follow. So I kind of just like picked things that I enjoyed. And so this time around, I'm using like Spearfield with Bleed and Knockback. Rake and is it Herald of
so you're going all
Blood?
The bleed. Okay,
yeah, more bleed, more explosions, and
Bill,
bro. Look, in that case, like the bleed sort of style of the Huntress doesn't really rely on the sort of parry stuff. But if you're doing the elemental stuff or the whirlwinds, then you definitely want to be getting frenzy charges and doing that whole thing. And yeah, like effectively. We didn't have a way of getting frenzy charges for the first kind of like 50% of the campaign effectively in an easy manner. So that was kind of, and effectively that meant that if you wanted to do, unless you were going bleed, then if you wanted to use all of the elemental spears, you effectively had to do the parry stuff in order to get frenzy charges.
Right.
And so but what we effectively did to ameliorate that, if people didn't want to parry, there was adding this Cull the Weak skill that allows you to get frenzy charges anyway. And that means that you've got access to that whole side of the build, and it is powerful, right? Like those enhanced spear throws are, you know.
Oh, like Cull the Weak with lightning spear was crazy. Yeah.
But I mean, even the other ones as well, especially because what they do is they, for the other ones, they all unlock ground effects like fire and lightning and stuff like that, which then you can infuse with your into your whirling slash, which you then use with the twisters. And
that.
Like that kind of stuff is
interactive environment.
My primary, like the build that I played all the way to endgame. because I don't actually have time to play literally every build to endgame. That'd be completely impossible.
Yeah, no, there's no
in the
way.
development time. But the build that I was playing all the way to endgame was using the whirling slash twisters, and then with barrage as well, which means that you can get like a huge number of twisters. That like using ground effects. So that was effectively the build I was playing, and that involved using the parry to kind of get it started. But then I also was using Fangs of Frost to freeze monsters, and I kind of had two variations of the combo. Like you could either parry into Fangs of Frost if you wanted to have if you wanted a faster combo for more like just
Dude, he was
clearing,
testing the balance of the game with a bug
or
build.
you could use like parry disengage for more for longer fights against rares or against like bosses or something like that. So
yeah,
that was kind of like what I was doing for through to endgame. But I mean, like obviously there's we try other things, we have a lot of different experiments, but there's actually this phenomenon that's like kind of annoying, which is that unless you actually play a class from the beginning, there's something about it that just doesn't quite work in testing. Like it's you never get the same feeling unless you actually play through on the character. Like if you just make a character and at endgame, and then you're like, okay, I'm going to put all these skills on it, and you sort of feel you might think that you have the right idea about what the items should be, but somehow it just never quite feels the same as when you've leveled up yourself.
And wow.
And so I actually don't tend to do that very often when I'm playing. And I honestly, I don't even know if I can fully explain why that is. But there is something important about that process that kind of gets you to a state of a character and
Well, it's because the character is not just a thing; it's the experience you have playing it to where it is. Like it's when you have a PoE character, it's like because we've talked about that frequently. Because like one of the reasons of using builds or having a character played for you, which I know is kind of a hot topic with shared accounts and stuff. But it's very. I feel the exact same way. It's like a lot of you got to have the whole experience to understand every ability, every class. Now I know understanding it's not part of you, but still for it to be yours and your journey and everything, you kind of have to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, there absolutely is an understanding of abilities because once again, if I even for me, right, if we create an ability and then I just try it at a high level without actually doing a playthrough that earned it, this is actually one of those things, by the way, that actually was okay. So the reason why the Huntress, I mean, this is true of any class we didn't add, but the reason why the Huntress wasn't ready is we had a bunch of abilities that were effectively designed without doing the playthroughs, right? Like we would make an ability, like this is before, right? We'd make an ability, we would put it in the game, we'd try it on a character that we had pre-constructed and be like, oh yeah, this ability, does this, right? But until we realized at some point that when you actually were playing and then you got when you were actually playing and then had the ability to select it for yourself, it completely changed the vibe of how that skill felt like. It's important that you actually test the part where you're actually trying to weave it into a build that you've got going through. And so without that, you actually don't even have really an ability that you've actually tested and know that's good. And there are even some abilities I would say still in the game now that didn't get enough attention from that part of the experience. And so it's something that I think we can actually improve even on some existing classes as well, with some abilities that were maybe a little bit rushed or things like that. That experience is actually important. And I actually think that the Huntress's abilities as far as that experience is better than some of the other classes for this reason, because I was spending more times because I was specifically this whole time from the time when we launched early access till now kind of doing playing Huntress and something like that. It kind of meant that it got even more individualized attention than what I think some of the other classes actually got in that way.
Yeah.
Would
you say that's how you're going to treat the time between every patch moving forward? Did it feel like that was constructive enough and a proper way of spending your time? I guess is how I'll frame the question.
Well, I mean, the issue with that, of course, is that I wasn't paying as much attention to other things that that were problems, right? Which is definitely a concern.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's interesting because I think that one of the issues that we had. Okay, so I'm gonna blame Christmas. This is what I'm gonna blame for all of our problems here.
Oh my God, the war on Christmas continues. Oh no, here we go.
Santa Claus, we're coming after you.
So what happens is that so we're really early access, right? And then we've got 3 weeks before everyone's off in their break. And during that 3 weeks, we're in this mode where we're responding to problems and we're trying to fix things and everything happens. And then we've got 3 weeks where where Christmas happens and everyone kind of goes away. We've lost the context of even being in the mode of we're responding to what the players are complaining about, kind of thing. And it's like, bear in mind as well at the start of early access that like 7 out of 10 people are talking to me are being like, oh wow, the game's amazing, it's so cool, like, because what they're doing is they're playing through the game for the first time, they're experiencing all the bosses, they're experiencing all just the graphics and the art, and like everything's cool, right? So they're all like, oh wow, the game's amazing, right? And so you got a bunch of people who are also talking about problems, and those are real problems, right? But they're being drowned out by the positivity of like everyone experiencing this new game for the first time.
Sure.
And so like nothing that the players are complaining about today is something that people weren't complaining about back then. It's just that they weren't the loudest voices in the room.
Let me tell you, I was complaining,
and now they are.
Right.
Monster Speed,
So effectively,
way back.
like you've got that thing. And
Repeatedly.
so effectively, so after Christmas, right, we come back and we're like, okay, we need to get this Huntress out. I'm going to focus all my efforts on getting this class out that we're doing. And by then, it's like we kind of had our eye off the ball, as it were, about like what are the issues that are sort of happening in the community as much, because we're like, okay, we're focusing on this next expansion. Like that disconnect, I think, was a real problem between like those two time periods. And so this time, I'm actually, and it seems obvious, but it's like I'm actually taking time in the scope doc for the next patch. So I mean, we've obviously got a document which is like the scope for 030, right? Like we've got a document for that. We sort of know what we're planning on doing for that. We've got in that scope document at the very top, like, make sure the players aren't going to be unhappy about this. Make sure the players aren't going to be happy about this. And like, just like, here's like 6 things that we just want to make sure like we're actually doing something about this. As we're considering, like how 030 is going to come together, so that we don't kind of make that mistake of like kind of forgetting about all of the things that are sort of outstanding issues, as it were. And so, I think that shouldn't be a problem again next time. But like I guess that's kind of like the main thing, right? It's just making sure that we don't like forget about the fact that as we're making content, that we also need to be like addressing those kind of like underlying issues as well. So that's kind of what we're doing there.
Yeah. Speaking of like getting negative comments and negativity generally, when you're making a new addition, a patch, whatever you want to call it, to the game, like, do you have like a meeting with your crew that's like, okay, this is going to make some people mad, so we're going to batten down the hatches and we're going to weather this storm, but we'll come out the other side of it because in the long run, we all believe that it's a good change. Like, is there a lot of that shit happening?
I wouldn't say that it is like that exactly, except for so here's a discussion that we did have. So effectively, when we launched early access, we had a whole bunch of things that were out of control as far as like balance is concerned. Like there were just some things that were just trivializing shit in a way that was bad. And so what we started doing right at the start was we started nerfing those things, right? We kind of was like, okay, this is early access. We're gonna nerf a bunch of things. And immediately we got like huge pushback from that. And understandable, right? Like for me, it is understandable, because if you're playing like actively and then someone nerfs what you're doing, you're going to be unhappy about that, and rightfully so, right? Like I was playing and now my character is ruined, right? And the funny thing is that what we thought we were doing, even when we were doing that, like we're mindful of this, right? Like we even thought as we were doing that, like, okay, we're going to nerf things, but we're not going to nerf them to the point where they're bad. We're just going to nerf them to like, we're going to have some like upper bound of like what we're allowing, and we're going to try and just nerf it down to that point. So like the stuff that people is playing that, they're playing because it's part of the meta, we're just going to, we're not going to nerf it even as much as we might want to. We're just going to do like a temporary nerf to get this thing kind of like not trivializing shit. So that's what we thought we were doing. So we started doing that. We did that for like, I don't know how long it was. It might have been like a week, honestly. And then immediately it's like we just got huge amounts of pushback from people. So we're like, okay, we can't do this. So like, how are we going to be able to do all these changes that we know we need to make in order to kind of get things more in line? And the reason why it's important to get things in line is because we need to, as I said before, we need to make sure there's build diversity. Like you're not only playing like one of like a few, just a few things.
Lightning speed, by the way.
And so for that one, we definitely knew, look, whenever we've done nerfs in the past, it's been, it's caused anger. And so then we're like, okay, but in order to offset that, we need to make sure that we've got things like, a new class, that we've got like new endgame content, we've got like enough new stuff that people aren't going to dwell on the nerfs as much, or at least that was the theory. Now, in reality,
and that's fine.
There was a kind of an effect that I don't think I had appreciated before, that kind of now I think is kind of also another source of a lot of issues, which is that like we made a bunch of people who thought, and maybe this is going to come out slightly wrong, but like they thought they knew how to play the game, feel like that they suck now, and that is a bad feeling.
Well, they learned
right?
one
Let me
thing.
gaslight.
Right?
You
right?
said you were
Right?
nerfing the
So
top
effectively,
end
it's like
of the most egregious abilities.
There were
You
a lot
nerfed
of
everything,
things
including
that
campaign.
I would say were like, you know, like, well, okay, effectively
You don't
any change
gaslight,
can do this,
Jonathan.
right? It's like if you've got a thing and you know how you're playing a thing, and then we make a change where now the thing you were doing before sucks and is bad.
Mathel felt
now
like he
your
sucked.
immediate feeling is like, you know, like, well, you know, that like I know how to play the
You played
game.
your game for a career.
And yet this is sucking, so therefore the game is bad. And like they're not necessarily wrong to feel that way either, right? Like making people feel like they suck is a feeling that nobody is ever going to enjoy, right? Like it's a feeling that is bad. So effectively, like that is the thing that we effectively did to a bunch of people.
You said you
who
nerfed
were
top
relying
end,
on
and you
the
nerfed the
various
whole
things
campaign,
that,
bro.
you know,
Look up.
that were happening.
What
Now
is
the
this
good
fake
news
news?
is
What is this fake
that
news?
now that we've gotten things into a much more sort of normalized place, as far as like, you know, think like the outliers are not too crazy, like everything's kind of in a more normal place. That means that we can actually start looking at things from the perspective of like, okay, now we can buff things to make them more fun. We can do all these things, like we can improve stuff. But we did have to get to a point of like somewhat normalization on the balance. Like they did have to happen. And I honestly don't know if there was a way we could have done that would have been fun for people to experience. You know, like when you nerf like everything players are doing, it's not going to be a fun time. Like it's just not going to be.
So wait, based on what you said, hey Reddit, nerfs are done. No more nerfs. No, we're good.
Oh, it's a miscommunication.
Yeah. You've been notified.
This is fake news, bro. I'm sorry. I want to yap, but I can't.
Speaking of things that make me feel like I'm shit at the game.
No one would care if they
the
nerfed just Spark.
Ascendancies. Specifically the 3rd and 4th.
No one would care if
How do
they
you feel
nerfed the
about
heralds.
those right now in the current stage of Path of
No
Exile
one would care.
2? Because for me
They knew that was
personally, the 3rd one is brutal. Like I abhor doing it. I abhor everything about the process.
I think that is mostly around monster work. So Ascendancy monsters are quite hard. Well, okay, specifically Sanctum, the monsters have got a like you effectively have to design every monster in Sanctum like a boss in terms of telegraphing and all that sort of stuff, and it takes quite a lot of work. Like it's harder than a normal monster to make, and there's more we can do there, because that was also one of the last areas that got the monster work done before early access. I think it's probably got some of the roughest monster work as well.
Okay.
So there's quite a lot that we have to do there, like to just improve it. And like we're sort of slowly doing some of that work, but I don't think we did enough of that in the last launch that we just did. So there's more to do there, and that's all those like just devil in the details type of work where we just need to sort of just improve monsters to feel better, and we'll get that over time and it'll be done. But you know, effectively, we just need to keep on doing more. That being said, like it is supposed to be the case that Ascension is supposed to be like a point in your character where you feel like, you know, it is supposed to be harder than the content that surrounds it. It's supposed to be like a moment of, you know, feeling,
I ascended it.
you know, like you earned something here. Like if Ascension was just a pushover, then it's like, well, yeah, you don't get that feeling of earning it, right?
Exactly.
But at the same time, you know, like there's definitely monster problems that we have in those both of the Ascension classes. Ascension
Trialcast is
but
complete ass. Trialcast is complete
it
ass.
was for me specifically, it was the Sanctum, and I didn't like Sanctum in PoE 1, so there's, you know, that's a problem to begin with for me, like a personal problem. And I know a lot of that can be fixed with like the get good mentality, and for what it's worth, I ended up getting good.
JP, if you were playing Huntress, right? I mean,
yeah, I ended up getting good, and I ascended, and you know, I got the power that I wanted from that. The process was to just experience that. It wasn't to like go in there on the first try and get the ascendancy point like it was in PoE 1 with labs. It was to go in there, get some honor resistance, kind of build up the actual relics and things like that, and really get involved in the process. And then I ascend. Is that always going to be that process to where you,
how many runs,
have to build up to
how many runs did it take is the question I have for you.
4, with one of them being under leveled because I was just farming relics.
Right. I would say
Jesus
that
on
like
softcore as well. That's intense.
I would say 2 or 3 is more than what I would want for the third ascension. Well, to be honest, probably for the first few, like that sort of 2 or 3 kind of zone is kind of more what I would expect.
I one-shot everything except my last one.
Is
No,
right.
two-shot it.
But
It was too good.
Obviously, it sort of is dependent, right? Like a good player should be able to do it in one once they know how to, once they know how to do that stuff, or they know what the build is like. And
you mentioned it. Some of those mobs just are brutal, like the sandworm mobs. Those things destroyed my honor, especially if I'm fighting like a rare summoning portal or something, and you know, having issues killing them in the first place. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, some of the monsters are just brutal.
Yeah, I mean, it just comes down to like individual cases and that sort of stuff. Like, we just have to make sure that they're all good. And as I said, we've got so many monsters that it's like hard to even, like it takes a long time to go through this stuff.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Something that really like sunk home to me just now, like just recently during this conversation, was like the fact that it's still in early access. And it's weird to think that. You know, because it seems like such a polished, finished product. Like, even though there's obviously it's not
influences
done
by
yet,
the game.
but like even my 50 hours in it was like, oh, this feels like it didn't feel like an incomplete game at all. It didn't feel like early access. So I think we tend to forget that it's still in early access, and we forget that that we agreed to buy it in early access. So we should be. I mean, I'm not trying to.
It's a hybrid build.
It's half early
access, half live action.
I actually don't fully know if I agree with that, because a player, like, we don't have any right to a player's forgiveness, really. Like, at the end of the day, like, people have the experiences they have, and we just have to live with that. And it's like, I mean, look, if we're going to sell a product,
it's a reality.
Then you know, people should have the expectation they're going to enjoy the product that they're buying, right? Like, you know, like, sure, we call it early access, and that it is, right? Like, that is a label that does something as far as like player expectations is concerned, and that is important. But at the end of the day, you still have to deliver a product that people are enjoying. So, yeah, I mean, from that perspective, like, I can't be unhappy when people are like, I can't use the excuse of, oh, it's just early access when I'm talking to players, because at the end of the day, like,
someone
that's
said
not a constructive thing.
But he's actually totally right, and
like,
he's probably
it's
saying
like
that.
I need to be like, okay, well, what's the issue? Let's try and find out what you don't like, right? I guess one of the things that being in early access does mean, though, is that, you know, like, there are a lot of people who won't play something that's in early access until we're saying it's fully finished, and so that's kind of part of what you do get from being in early access, is you get to kind of, you know, like, you get to effectively limit the number of people who are playing until you're sort of ready for that big, you know, for that big surge of players that you'll get for release. So, you know, that and that's the thing. And so like, from that perspective, it's a very unusual early access, right? Because we had so many players. Like, I actually wonder, like, how many like pay to play early access games have even had this many sales. Like, it might be kind of quite up there as far as that's concerned. So it's quite unusual.
A rare few. Yeah.
It's quite unusual in that regard.
Well, is that so? Using the current 0.2 patch, specifically like the Wisp mechanic. The Wisp mechanic is, would you call that like the League mechanic? Like, what was the bullet point next to Wisp within the design document for 0.2? I'm curious if that is like, I'll stop the question there and let you answer, and then follow up. Yeah.
So it didn't rise to the level of being a league, like what I would call a proper actual league, because we didn't have all the things that a league has, right? Like, leagues have, I mean, it almost kind of got there. Like, you know, they've got crafting systems, they've got meta systems, they've got, like, you know, like, there has to be some way, like there has to be an in-game boss, there has to be all these things. Like, some of those things we didn't have.
Yeah.
So it didn't rise to the level of being a league, and that's the reason why we in the end decided not to make it a league. We were kind of thinking it could be league-like, but we just didn't quite have enough going on with it. But the primary reason why we did the Wisps actually was because we wanted to make sure that there was more content in Endgame that overlapped with other content. So one of the big things that was lacking in PoE2's Endgame was not enough, like, overlapping axes of randomness, is the thing we call this, where effectively you've got, like, different mechanics that overlap, so that, like, you can get more situations that you've never seen before, where it's like, oh, what if the, you know, the Wisp happened to, you know, happen to inhabit this boss, and then that's a different thing, or it happened to be near the strongbox, or, you know, like this, like, effectively, like, multiple things that can overlap together to cause a new combat situation. And so, yeah, as I said, the reason we picked the
Torx.
Wisps was because we wanted something that could work like that and have more content that worked like that. And that ultimately will lead to an improvement in the end game. And I think a lot that sort of, as far as the content outside of the Huntress, it was that sort of stuff that we were trying to get there.
Right.
In order to improve, just effectively how the end game feels. So we'll probably be doing more of that over time. Like when we're concentrating on that kind of more league-like mechanic, that's the stuff we'll be looking at.
Yeah. So is it? Do you find that to be a hurdle, given the history of your PoE1 updates, the leagues, the expansions, all of that being brought into PoE2? While the game is still in early access, to where there's like these two, progress paths of like, we got to make 0.3, we got to introduce another class, we have to set, PoE 2 is not a finished game, but also we've set expectations because of people being brought over from PoE 1 with these like expansions and these leagues. Is that is that a hurdle? Like, do you kick yourself at night for like, fuck, we set this up and now we've delivered on it before. We got to do it again, however many times until the game's out of early access, until those things align.
It is a concern, but I think that it's actually important, even regardless of whether or not we were in early access, because the end game needs to have enough content at launch to make sure that people are really engaged. And like, end games are one of those things where like every action RPG that comes out, people complain that there's not enough end game content. Like it just happens every single time.
Happens with any game.
They don't make end game, bro.
Yeah. So effectively, what it ensures
that
we will have when we come to the actual full release is that we will have a lot of end game content. And so I think that when the next release we have, like for 030, we'll probably like turn down the wisps in the campaign and there'll be some other thing. And like when we get to eventual release, like there might only be a few wisps in the campaign. And like it's one of the many different random things that you can find that just effectively serve as just like interesting things that you find during the campaign. That's what it will feel like there. But then during the end game, it's like an actual mechanic that you can then engage with and have more stuff going on with. And so effectively it's expanding that universe of stuff that that can exist in end game. And without I think that it would have been very hard if we didn't have early access to have been able to create the amount of content that an in-game needs just kind of off the cuff like that. We need like so many different overlapping systems. I think that's sort of important.
Sure.
To have a situation like
that. To be blunt, how long did like the Wisp mechanic take for development process?
I don't. It's hard for me to even quantify because you've kind of got like a whole team, and it's like I don't like.
There's no without answering like man hours, I guess.
Dude, it reminds me so much of Abyss. I actually wanted to ask if it was related.
It's actually a little bit of a. I mean, it's more like the Tormented Spirits in PoE1. But it does work more like Abyss in the way that the spirits track and go along a path. So it fixes some of the issues that the Tormented Spirits have. But I mean, I wouldn't say it took like that long, really. Like we actually like decided to do them like not even really that early in 2.0's development. Like it didn't really take that long. I mean, consider what we needed to actually make that happen, right? And this is one of the things is that I think we are very good at as a company is like being able to leverage what we have. So what does it take to make wisps? So the actual effect for the wisps themselves is obviously like made of particles, so there's no like modeling involved in that. The animals are all animals that we had that we could do like a few animations for to make abilities. Like like we had a bear model, we had a deer model, we had like all these different things. So like those are all things that we sort of had. So we can utilize those in a completely different context that you would never see as being the same. In terms of the actual ability stuff, I mean you've got VFX work, but not necessarily more than like a boss would take. Like it probably took about a similar amount of VFX time as a single boss might take to make that stuff. And then you've got the various mechanics around like the programming time. I mean, it wasn't really that hard. It's kind of I wouldn't say it really took that long.
Okay.
So yeah, like it's a relatively easy feature to make, and I feel like you get a reasonable amount out of it. And so it's just a question of making more things like that, just having interesting stuff to find.
So is it safe to say that alongside, new classes and all the other like early access updates, that's the type of stuff we can expect moving forward for 0.3, 0.4, and so on and so forth?
Yeah, we'll definitely be adding more content like that. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That makes a lot of sense.
Well,
I want to
big
go back
athletes.
to when you said, obviously PoE 2 super successful in sales and player base. I think at launch you guys averaged like almost double at least Steam count players on that. How hard is it for you to like take all of those new players, and I'm going to use Zeke as an example, and I'll give you a backstory there. Zeke bounced off of PoE 1 pretty hard. He even had Ziggy running him through it as kind of a Sherpa and bounced off of it pretty hard. But with PoE 2, and I think he told you this prior to us starting the interview, he put like, 60 hours in it, Zeke, or something like that?
Yeah, 55.
How do you make a game for the Zekes, but also keep the Zizerins involved? Like, there's a huge disparity in the type of players that those two are. How do you satiate and succeed in making a game like that? Or do you feel you've already done that? Or is that the forever problem?
Well, I personally... Okay, so if you imagine the sort of Venn diagram of this, as it were.
Okay, yeah, Zeke and Ziz, the
Yeah,
circles.
where you've got like the things. So the question you're effectively asking is there any overlap there?
Yeah.
Right? Like, is there a place where the game can be that both of those players are happy with it?
Deep
And I
in-game
am a believer
with a
that
good
yes,
story.
there is. Now, I think there are a lot of players who would say that there isn't, but I still believe that there is.
Okay.
Personally.
Of course there is.
And that is the thing, the target we're attempting to hit. Now, the difficulty of that is that we're attempting to hit a smaller target, right? Because if we have to nail the dart right into the intersection of those 2 points, then that is a smaller target to hit, which means our job is more difficult. And I would say that balancing PoE 2 is actually much harder than balancing PoE 1 has been. But I think that a lot of the reasons why Path of Exile 1 had people like you bounce off them is not necessarily
intimidation, bro. It's intimidation. That's what it is.
the same kind of reasons that people, that PoE 1 players are unhappy with PoE 2 right now. I think that those reasons are just incidental complexity that never actually mattered.
Yep.
Like, I don't think that anyone is like crying out for PoE 2 to use PoE 1's gem socketing system. Like, that is not the criticism that PoE 1 players have, and yet it was like a huge thing that caused PoE 1 to be hard for new players. So it's like there are changes that are just straight up wins for one group that don't affect the other group, and that's the kind of changes we're trying to make to kind of make it so that you're just like things are less complicated, like are nicer to play, like those kinds of things. And so like my hope, like I really don't think that the sacrifices, I don't think there's many sacrifices a PoE 1 player should be having to make to play PoE 2, and I really don't think that should even be how the PoE 1 player should look at it. I believe that there really is an intersection there where we can make both groups of those players like happy about the game.
Yeah, it's not easy as well. I mean, it
isn't easy.
Companies fight for that.
I have kind of a follow up that I know you guys have talked about this extensively in different formats. I know you've been on all sorts of podcasts, but just to kind of get it all in one place, kind of building on the question JTP just asked between like the strongest, most educated players and new players, and that kind of Venn overlap. I'm curious on your perspective on the overlap of your end game players and how you guys are approaching that with PoE 1.
Right.
So like one thing I've noticed is if you kind of had two sides, you have like the more faster one skill gameplay of PoE 1 on one side. And then you have the kind of more slower, more difficult, more methodical PoE 2 on the other. So, and again, feel free to kind of dance around this question as much as you'd like. One thing I've noticed a lot in the PoE community is that there's a lot of people that fell in love with PoE for that first style. They see PoE 2 kind of moving a different direction, and then they see PoE 1 like not getting quite as much love as PoE 2 as they see it go into the distance in a direction they're not digging.
Yep.
How are you guys tackling this? Where you have players who are like, speed the game up, we want this more. But that kind of goes counter to what you want to do with this. And you kind of have that other option available.
Let it simmer.
Do you try to bring the PoE 1 players into PoE 2? Or do you purposefully differentiate them for different experiences?
Well, First of all, I guess the main thing is that it's incredibly unfortunate that the slowdown in PoE 1 development happened, because it wasn't our intention to do that. And so, my belief is that shouldn't be a problem after the next expansion happens. They're trying. I mean, look, we might fail,
This
but
is code.
the goal is not to fail, of course.
This is
our
code.
intention
That's
is
a great
still-
goal.
the
No
intention
way.
is still to update PoE 1.
If 10
and
times
it's
as many people are playing PoE 2,
there were certainly sacrifices that that happened that affected
You will allocate
the
resources
PoE 1
differently.
audience as far as that development is concerned, and that's definitely bad. And it's bad that happened. Like, it wasn't our intention to do that, and we did. So if you're a person who likes PoE 1 and you're not interested in PoE 2, we still want to have PoE 1 there and getting support like it always had. For that, that is the thing we want to do. But that said, I still don't want to give up on the idea that a PoE 1 player can enjoy PoE 2 as well. I really do believe that can be the case. I really do. I like both games. I do. I like PoE 2 better, but I still like PoE 1, and I think that shouldn't be something. I think that can be something that can be true for a lot of players.
So I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you go.
Oh, I was going to say, so is there, do you guys have any type of specific specialization you'd like to do between the two products? Like, make it so, if you don't like this, you might like this. From a design philosophy standpoint, are they going to go in different directions to cater to different audiences? Or are we always going to see them kind of move in parallel as you explore different things between the both?
It just isn't really the way that I think about it, I suppose. Because, I tend to think that, I look at individual things on an individual level, right? And I think this is the thing that has frustrated a lot of people in the community when I talk about this stuff, is that, because I tend to be okay, it's not that I've got some design philosophy where this is the amount of speed that the game has to have and this many kilometers an hour or anything like that, right? It's entirely
they get hung up on that. I mean, I do it as well.
Yeah,
right?
is this fun or isn't it fun? And do you feel the power up is progressing, or do I not feel like that, and so on? And it's I guess the only thing I can point to that's completely certain to me is that it shouldn't be that when you watch a stream of a player as someone who's never played the game before, that it looks like something that is completely incomprehensible.
Yeah, there is.
You have that thing where it's I don't want it to be
some feet and
if a
particles.
person looks at someone playing the game even at a high level, it should look like, oh wow, that character is ridiculous, but it shouldn't be I can't even visually understand what is entering my eyeballs here.
Yep.
It's
like a headhunter user.
That was my first time ever watching.
So bad for the game.
Played a clip on this show of him playing PoE. I'm like,
PoE 1.
It's like trying to fucking figure out what the Tasmanian devil is doing.
Dude, I'll never forget the first time. First time I saw it, 2 times. First time I saw an endgame mapper in PoE 1 that actually knew what they were doing, and the first time I saw a flicker strike build. Were 2 of the most memorable PE things I've ever seen. But no, that makes perfect sense.
To be honest, you still kind of understand what's going on with the flicker strike build. At least you kind of have an understand.
Sometimes depends on how many mobs are on the screen.
I mean, that speed exists here. Let me pull up Fubgun's stream. The PoE 2 or PoE 1 speed.
But immediately, right? You understand what is happening on the screen right now.
Yes,
right?
you see the lightning bolts going out. You see the mob. Yeah. It's not quite like just a Picasso of fast images.
Exactly, right? So it's and this is the reason why I'm always hesitant. People are you wanting to slow the game down? And then it's well, I mean, I want to be honest. This is not even as fast as it can go, right? As I said,
sounds like what people are saying is they want the game sped up at the beginning.
Sure, some people do say that, right? And that is I think a bit of a difference. That might be. So this is an interesting concern, right? Because the other thing as well is even the term beginning means something entirely different to some players than others. Some people will tell me, oh yeah, the monsters have too much life in the early game, and then I find out they're talking about Act 5, effectively crawl Act 2, and it's kind of sort of, from their perspective, that's the beginning of the game, right? So it's I think that we did have a problem with the with issues like in the sort of mid campaign. And the other thing as well that we have an issue with is right now we still have cruel difficulty, right? And so the game does drag in cruel difficulty if it's like a little bit when you've played this before. Like we had this back in PoE1 in the early days, but the game does start to drag in the second time you're playing through the campaign. So
right.
Just not having that problem will be a massive boost as well. Once we're all the acts and everything like that. So
I've got to.
I'll tell you this: like as a first time player, first time going through, I played all of my 55 hours with the same character and stuff like that. I was like, I was totally like, I don't think the beginning acts need to be sped up at all. However, if I wanted to go through it again, which is kind of the game's designed to do that, go through it again with different characters, or
uniques,
different builds in mind, whatever, then it would feel slow because I've done this and like
should twinked.
That's like for a brand new player like me, the speed was fine at the beginning.
Right.
But like I could totally see myself going through the same act again with a different character and going, wow, this feels like I'm trudging through a swamp.
Right. I think, that's like a PoE1 issue as well. That's been, I mean, have you guys thought about changing that at all from PoE1? Like what's the thinking with that?
Changing
well,
what exactly?
Well, the biggest comment that we all get is like, do I still have to do the campaign? Like to completely cut, do I still got to do the campaign? Like, is there going to ever be shortcuts, skips, alternate routes?
Like one big thing is respecting time. Like that's like a lot of people feel that in PoE2, it doesn't respect necessarily the time, especially compared to PoE1 because of how much slower it is. So are we going to have like a cumulative effect of not only having this much larger, much girthier, slower campaign, but then also having to repeat that multiple times?
Well, okay, so I guess the part that I sort of would say about that is that at the end of the day, and this is kind of the way that I tend to think about things, it's like if you're saying that you're not enjoying the campaign, then that just means the campaign needs to be better, right? Like it just like
even if it's like the 15th or 20th time they played it.
Well, I understand, but on an intellectual level, it's easy to say, okay, I'm not going to enjoy playing through this again, and that might even be true with the campaign in its current state. But I am a believer in the idea that you can make something like this compelling enough that it is fun to play again. And part of the reason why it is because when we have leagues, there's a different thing going on with the campaign to kind of mean that, like it changes your perspective on, like what things are. And in an ideal league will actually affect
D2,
the content that you're playing as well. Like it'll make it feel like a different play experience. And then there's also the fact that you're playing a different character class. It has a different feel. Like there are bosses where like they feel completely different. Like there are a lot of the time there'll be situations where like, okay, you'll play a boss with one type of character, then you'll play it with another one. It just feels like a completely different thing. Like this boss, I just trivialized it. It was easy the first time I went through. This time I'm having, it's like just due to the way that my character is, it feels very different. So I guess what I'm saying is that like, it's certainly not helped by the fact that we've got 2 copies of the campaign in the game right now, because it means that you played through it twice, like the first time you played through it. Like I believe that it is possible to get the campaign to the point where you will be fine playing through it, and it's like ideally the experience you're having is just fun. And I mean, like the PoE1 campaign, it does get stale over time eventually, but like it's still something that people play through again and again and again. And like the reason why is it's there to host the other content that we also add every time, right? Like it's there to be the place where you do all these things. And I don't know that if you just started level 1 in Endgame,
so bad.
Like I'm not really sure that would be like that different. Really, like I mean, like at the end of why are you playing a game again at all? Right? There's like 3 reasons you could be doing it. One reason is to experience the new content that we've added, and because of the way we add content in leagues, like you can experience that in the early game or the end game, so that doesn't kind of change anything about that. And another reason can be that you're playing a different character class, in which case you still need the experience of like leveling it up and going through and like, sort of learning the abilities and growing with you.
You want those static bosses,
so like,
static bars.
I don't know
so you
that
can check
like
how your build's doing as well.
Starting in the end game would materially change that really. Like it's just a question of like, are you having fun doing the thing you're doing?
Okay, so just to push back a little bit, because you have a very unique project here, and I want to understand this better. So you said you want the campaign to be engaging, but at the same time, like it's designed to be played, like it can be engaging, but anything you do 20 plus times, like when you're doing the same thing, hearing the same voice lines, doing the exact same pattern, like even if you're engaged, It still seems like it would just get super repetitive. And the other thing that I think, which is interesting here, is PoE is not one game. PoE is two distinct different games. It is the campaign and it is the end game. And a lot of people don't want to play this first one a bunch of times, but they really want to play the second one a bunch of times, which means they have to slog through the first one a bunch of times to get to the part they like, which immediately changes what this one is.
Here's where I think that I disagree about that, is that I don't see those as two separate things in the same way that I think that that you necessarily are saying there. Because ultimately, like you said, anything that you play through 20 times can get boring, and I don't disagree with that. But then at the same time, in the end game, you're playing through the same map 20 times.
But you're coming back to the season for like the new mechanics, the new changes. So you come back for the new stuff, but you only get to that stuff.
Is also available in the campaign as well. So if you're going to make the argument that playing through like what I'm saying is like the only difference between the campaign and the end game is the order in which you play through areas is fixed in the campaign and isn't in the end game. Like that's really but the other difference being that you've got more of a mix of mechanics where you've got like different, like there's more overlapping mechanics that are happening at the same time. But I don't know that even in a context where you were like, if you imagine playing the end game from level 1, I don't think you could just introduce every single thing like right at the very beginning of that either, right? Like you have to have on some level.
You would, I mean, like we were talking about earlier, you'd have to have that character growth, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, it seems like there would be some kind of middle ground for like you do the campaign once per patch or league, and then your second campaign is like shorter, or maybe you have all the exits already marked on your map before you get there.
Items.
Yeah, so within a league. So like every time you do a new character, like the campaign vicariously gets like shorter and shorter and shorter. Not necessarily due to content, but the player's ability to get through it. But like one thing, for instance, is like, players have contests and how fast they can get through the campaign to get to where they get. It's like that World of Warcraft episode in South Park where they spend 40 weeks leveling up to get to the real game, which is the end game.
Right.
So it just seems like for players that are in that perspective, it seems like there should be an option. I don't know if that makes sense.
They think they want.
Well, one of the things as far as like multiple playthroughs of within a single league is that I think that players are maybe not happy enough with the level of like of like power leveling items that they're getting, because like the theory is that you play through the campaign once, you go to end game, you've got you get a bunch of items, and now your second playthrough is way easier because you've got a bunch of items that you got from before, and so I mean that should more than double the speed that you're going through the campaign like very easily.
If you're good enough of a player to know to save that stuff. But yes, absolutely.
Yeah. But even just having currency in your stash, like, and just buying things on trade,
that's true.
As you level up is also going to get you a crazily different experience than what you'd have the first time through. Just because you've got all that currency that you got, and like you're definitely saving the currency at the very least. So it's like that should theoretically make that work. And so if that's like, to the extent that that's not the case, like we might need to improve things there. Like I know a lot of people are saying that like some of the level, like there's like various reasons why like leveling uniques aren't good enough and that kind of stuff, or like a lot of unique options and that kind of thing. Like that's the kind of stuff that can help a lot there, I think. So and that also can be another type of experience that's also fun to have, like, because that is your experience of just completely obliterating everything as you go through, like using these ultra powerful items. And so that is also an experience we want players to have too. Like that's the kind of thing that ideally is the solution to that.
Cool. Okay, appreciate it. All right. Thank you for answering these questions so just transparently and candidly. I really appreciate it.
Problem.
Yeah, I both this and
he's done that a million times.
Not necessarily a question I have, but last week's interview that you did with Zizarin, if you guys haven't watched that in the audience, definitely go check it out. It was a bit heated at times, and I think
and I feel bad about that,
but I still think it was a fantastic conversation, and the changes that came from that, whether they were directly responsible, whether the podcast was directly responsible for that, for the patch. I'm glad that whole conversation happened. That was great.
Yeah, it was certainly responsible for some of them, because at the end of the day, like, we do need people to bring specific things to our attention. So basically, like, that was just useful because, and it's also always easier when you're talking one-on-one with someone, because then you can ask questions about okay, well, what's actually happening specifically here and that kind of stuff. Like, that's always important. And it's similar to that example earlier that I had where like with the specific monsters, they had specific problems where it's like, okay, people are like, monsters are too fast, and it's like, okay, but what monsters is the question, right? We have to find out what like what the specific issues are. So,
it's all of them,
like,
minus 20 across the board.
That's the thing, right? That's what a player will say. That's what a player will say, and it's like
it's not an answer.
That's brain dead logic.
Yeah.
Honestly, the issue that I had
Speed mods.
When
mods.
When I was doing that interview, and like part of the thing that, you know, obviously I was like low on sleep, and there was like a few other various compelling.
It was a
things as well,
week.
but
like you know, it was an interesting week.
It was a week. Yeah.
But one of the things that was happening that I really need to take care of when I'm discussing this stuff is like, you don't like, if someone says like you should make all the monsters slower. Oh no, I think the specific thing there, like as an example, was like, okay, like I don't remember the exact wording of the question, but it was something like, you know, there shouldn't be any monsters faster than the player, effectively. Like that was the thing. And like what I did was I launched into defending that, rather than just talking about the fact that, okay, we are actually looking into a bunch of monster speed issues, and we are actually like, you know, going through all this stuff, and it's like, that's the answer that would have actually been much more like what the players wanted to hear, if you know what I mean,
Right.
rather than like, let's have a philosophical discussion about why it's important that some monsters can be faster than the player sometimes. So like, that's the kind of thing that
different answers
like,
for different audiences.
Exactly. For sure. It's like a very different situation.
I mean, you mentioned, I think that goes both ways, right? Because you mentioned like players screaming X needs to be fixed, but not the specifics of what X is. I think as someone who's talked to a lot of developers over a myriad of different games, it's one thing that we have to get better at is just like actually honing in on what the problem is, or what we think the problem is, to be able to identify that.
I don't know. I mean, your job is not to be a game developer, right? That's our
right.
job.
That's very true. But we could,
you know,
we could
like,
try to
like,
be better at it, because I suck.
It's our job to yell at you for your poor decisions.
I suck.
That's what our job is.
The thing is, but what I will say is that like, but on the other hand, if you're in our QA department, now it is your job to actually get specific about individual things, right?
Yeah.
So like that's one of those things that
I think it goes both ways.
Also, one of those things that when people enter QA, they have to learn about like that kind of stuff. It's like, it's not enough to just say like monsters are too fast. You actually have to say, well, like, what monster were you fighting? Like, what was the exact situation? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Basically, everyone just needs to stream, and then when anyone dies, you need to take the last 10 seconds, and we can just submit that. Just have a little submit button next to. Instead of a death recap, we'll submit a video. There you go. So you guys have all the information. Closing in on 15 minutes left, I kind of have some sort of rapid fire stuff. I joked about death recap there. Is there ever going to be any sort of death recap system in PoE 2?
I mean, I'm not against the idea fundamentally, but every time we've ever talked about this, you start to get into a bajillion corner cases that
I mean,
make it
it's a loaded
like, kind
question.
of hard.
I get it.
Yeah, and so it's not really a question of want, it's a question of like, you know, there's always been something more important, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay. I guess these are the tough questions, and so I apologize beforehand. Community loves to speculate, and I guess so do I. With that said, can you talk about Chris Wilson and kind of where he's been? There's not really been any official statement anywhere from GGG about that. I think we've had a couple things like third party, a fourth party, but is there anything official you could say where Chris has been?
I mean, he hasn't been working like day to day at our company for, you know, quite a long time.
Yeah.
And then recently he also retired from the board, but
okay,
you know, there's nothing really much else to say about it.
Gotcha.
Really.
Yeah,
like,
I didn't think there was any drama, but it just people.
I still talk to him every day, just online, like, you know.
Yeah. Co kind of mentioned it earlier. Account sharing's been in the spotlight recently. You guys have had like a pretty strict rule regarding that, as well as RMT in the past. Is there ever going to be any action on that front? Is that a special case?
Are you waiting for 1.0?
Do you have anything to say?
It's just nothing. I don't think I've got anything to say about this particular issue.
I figured as much. I figured I would ask, but
What?
Yeah. That's good luck with that.
Will you personally be banning No, just kidding.
Dude, why is he so spoilers about that?
In an age where people like to pit companies against each other, do
Why is he
you consider
capitulating to
yourself
Elon?
competitors to Blizzard, Diablo 4, Last Epoch? Like, how do you view these other companies? Are they?
No.
Are you trying to beat them in player count, or are you just existing and hoping that the game speaks for itself? How do you look at that?
He wants to succeed,
I mean,
surely.
I guess I don't really. It doesn't really bother me particularly that, like, other companies, what they're releasing and that sort of stuff. Like, the only thing that ever matters is if, like, if something happens. A thing that is relevant is if something happens in the genre that, like, moves it forward in a way that we have to respond to, then that's something that we have to, like, deal with, right? Like, that's a thing.
It's a good thing
for sure. But other than that, like, it's fine. Like, I mean, the nice thing about the genre is that it's not like World of Warcraft where, like, you've got subscribers and you're competing for that. Like, that's an actual, like, real competition scenario where people aren't going to be really subscribed to more than one MMO. But in the seasonal model that we have with in action RPGs, it's kind of fine. Like, you play the game, for however long you play it for, you play another one, and then that's fine. Obviously, there was, like, the tension that happened with Last Epoch recently,
right?
Which was very unfortunate, and I honestly wish it didn't have to be that way.
Yeah, if you could just coordinate with them in the future and space it out, that'd be great.
I mean, yeah.
Are there back channels? Like, are there back channels between
Last Epoch's job.
companies?
So
they
messaged us about. Okay, so they asked me like, we're thinking of coming around this time. When are you thinking of coming out? And I'm kind of like, that actually might conflict with something. And that was kind of the last of it. There really wasn't anything else that was said there.
Yeah.
The alarm went off.
Is what it is. It's not. You can release a game when you release a game.
But the thing is, I think that what happened was that, like, so we had a date, and look, I don't know how they're thinking internally, but I think that their plan was to come out a little bit after that date. We didn't give them what the exact date was, but we kind of had said, like, in the community, like, sort of, like, people had sort of vaguely known when we were planning on coming out. And then we then got delayed, right? Like, we couldn't make our date, and there's, like, just nothing I can do about it. I can't come out any earlier, obviously, than what, the time that we can come out, right? Like, it was just, it had got unavoidably delayed. And then it was, like, really unfortunate because I actually probably would have delayed an extra week to get out of their way. But we have Easter. We've got Easter,
right?
And then there's actually another public holiday the weekend after that, which means that there's a 3-day week. So when you have a 3-day week, everyone takes those 3 days off. Like, everyone has put in for time off during those 3 days, right? Like, that week is just dead. It's not happening.
Yeah.
And so what would have happened is if we delayed another week,
well.
then that week would have been right after our launch. Which obviously, if we'd just had the launch we just had and everyone was on holiday, that wouldn't have been.
Just to make sure I heard this properly, just to be clear, if those holidays weren't there, you would have moved PoE 2 for Last Epoch?
I would have moved it a week, right? Not in a way that the players would have seen, right?
Hey, that's plenty of time. Yeah, No,
I would have moved it a week. I wouldn't have moved it 2 weeks. I wouldn't have moved it 2 weeks.
There's only so much you can do, right? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But a week I would have moved. But yeah, we just couldn't move that week, unfortunately. And so then, and I felt real bad about it as well, because I was like, I don't want to do that to them, right? Like, I don't want to do, like, it's not something I want to do. But at the same time, if we were delaying 2 weeks and then the players, like, knew that, like, that would just be awful, right? Like, our players would have crucified us for that, and rightly so, right? That would have been terrible. So effectively, like, it just ended up that way. And like, I don't know whether or not it was a good idea for them to then move in response to that. Like, I honestly can't say whether or not that was right or wrong. But I certainly don't feel great about that happening, right? Not amazing. Like, I don't want to ruin their plans in any regard.
Yeah. To be blunt, though, it's very cool you're even thinking of that. I mean, we live in a day of kind of faceless corporations for a lot of games this size, so that's cool to know. Not only that you guys are talking, but even considering doing stuff like that. I think I speak for many of us when I say, just like you were saying earlier, we love Last Epoch and PoE 2. So in a perfect world, we'd love to be able to, like, do both when they're all shiny and new. So it's great to know you guys are, like, talking. Yeah, that's cool.
Well, I'm really hoping that doesn't happen again, because, as I said, it was really unfortunate. And it really sucked that there was just that holiday thing that, like, blocked it. It's just like, it's just very unfortunate timing that happened there.
It'll happen. Every once in a while, it'll happen. One of the things in terms of, like, the issues of now or the issues of today, a lot of people have been asking about the EU server issues. I don't know if there's a specific.
Yeah, so that's just DDoSs, unfortunately, that are very hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Wait, the DDoS?
So, there is unfortunately not like a complete solution to DDoSing on the internet. You know, if someone's really doing that stuff. So yeah, it isn't a question of NOS wanting to like pay more money for more servers or anything like that. It's just entirely like, you know, the nightly DDoS comes along and like takes out like 5 or 6 machines, and then if you're having to play on those machines, then that happens, and then they move on to another 5, and you know, like that kind of thing. It's just like very annoying.
Why do people waste
so
reels on this?
yeah, like look, we are investigating more options to try and improve that, but
100%
that
is a solvable issue.
Okay, gotcha. I think
100%.
even saying that is beneficial for a lot of people.
Right.
So
More redundancy.
agreed. What else is there? I'm kind of looking through there, see if there's anything. I guess another question I have for you in terms of like analytics, right? PoE is such a game based around numbers and whatnot. For you as a dev and as the game director of PoE 2, do you have like a data point that you're constantly looking at, and if that number goes bad or that number goes positive, it affects the not only your mood but like the direction?
Average player time to death.
What is that number? If there,
I mean, the number for me is just concurrent users, just number of people online right now.
Okay.
Because that really, I mean, look, if people aren't enjoying the game, they're not going to play it.
They log out.
And this is actually something that, like, I actually yesterday, like, I was talking to Mark, you know, about all of the, you know, all of the stuff, and the thing that he said to me is like he sort of had to remind me of that fact. Like he's like, look, the retention of this PoE 2 launch, like in terms of concurrent users on the like weekend to weekend, is higher than any PoE 1 launch we ever had before.
Right.
So it can't be that bad.
I mean, it's a
bit of a view anti-take though.
Yeah, I mean, I totally understand. You have to put things in perspective, right? Like when the internet's shouting at you to fix a myriad of issues, if there's a data point you can look at, they're still playing.
Right.
Yeah.
So
they might be mad, but they're still there.
It's the trend, though. It's the trend.
I mean, look, we still obviously have. There's still tons of things to fix. It's like I don't want to discount that in any
totally.
regard.
Yeah.
You know, like on some level, like it's okay. Like because the thing is, when a million people start to say, you know, the game is bad, the game is terrible, it's hard to even remember yourself. You know, that there's actually a game there that is good, even though there may be problems. You know, so just seeing that and reminding myself of the fact that there are actually a lot of people playing the game is you know, I think it was certainly important for me to kind of, you know, be like, yeah, you know what, like, sure. The benefit we're getting from all the people yelling is that we know that we need to fix stuff, but we still have a game that people are enjoying.
They wouldn't complain if they didn't care about the game as well.
And that is a good thing.
Sure.
It means they care about the game.
So, yeah, I mean, we're still doing well, and like, I mean, this launch was still larger than any PoE 1, like in terms of absolute numbers as well, right? Like this launch in terms of people online was larger than any PoE 1 launch we ever did. It is approximately what I expected as far as like relative to the other launch. So generally speaking, like what we've always observed is the first launch is you get a number, and then the this is in any market we've entered, and any subsequent launch is 50% of what the first launch was. But then the way you know that you're doing well is that you start growing from there. So you have a number, you go half, and then you're going up like hopefully 5%, something like that, you know, each time after that. And that's how you know an action RPG is doing well. So it's really seeing, like, you know, do people come back next time? You know, like how well do we do there? That'll be the question.
Sure. Yep. We could do a round of final questions and then call it an interview. For me, it's 8 a.m. there. What time is it on Monday, the start of the work
right
week?
now it's 8 o'clock. You can see the sun rising in the background there, which is blowing out all the camera.
What's the first thing that's going to be on your desk when you get into the office? What are you doing?
So we are going to look into item drops, because a lot of people are saying that the wisps are not rewarding enough, and they should mathematically be. Like, those things give like 300% better, like more. Well, okay, it's not more items; it's more like more the number that we use for like rarity that increases the drops, how good they are, right?
Right.
And it also gives 2 extra drop slots. So effectively, like, there's no reason why they should feel unrewarding, but they do. So therefore, I need to understand what's going on with that. And I spent like quite a lot of time yesterday looking through like the simulations and like seeing what's going on. And like, I've definitely identified that there's something going wrong in the item drop system that I'm not quite happy with. And hopefully, if we fix that, it'll make this the wisps feel better.
Cool.
So yeah, that's kind of the thing that I'm going to be probably spending a few hours on this morning to see if we can come up with some kind of improvement there.
Cool. Fantastic.
I like the first thing I read in chat. 300% of 0 is still 0.
Why are they all?
Because of course, that's how he feels.
Yeah. I will also say Chad erupted mostly in jubilation when he said that you're going to be taking a look at loot. So
yeah, I
if
took,
it matters,
I took
there you
the
go.
temperature of all 3 chats. W take.
Yeah, W take.
Wanna let
Great.
you know.
Oh, but is it, what's the quotient on based?
Oh.
Based is good and trending.
Base values are trending. Great. Excellent.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Great.
Zeke or Co, any final questions?
I got one.
I had one from my audience. That
Go ahead.
might be an easy one.
Yeah,
I'll go last.
Zeke,
I don't know if it. John, this is from my audience. Tell me if it matters, because I don't know. Ask him about difficulty scaling with multiple people, and if it's been adjusted. At launch, me and 2 others had to stop because it was so difficult.
That's just the game, baby. I'm sorry.
There wasn't any
You see,
change.
like-
There wasn't any change from early access's launch, so yeah, it shouldn't be. But I mean, like, it can be that various nerfs like got hit. But I wonder, like, as well, whether that feedback was before or after the change to Monster Life we did. That was a few days in, because we did a pretty substantial change to Monster Life in the sort of mid game.
Okay.
So it's possible that they might have a better time now if they were playing before that point. So it'll just be a question of that.
Okay.
Jonathan's like, are they both huntresses and were they parrying?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing, right? Hard for me to say without knowing more specifics about exactly what class and exactly what stuff, right?
So I gotta this is just a quick yes or no, but it's a big question close to my heart, especially one that I think would be great for newer players. Any plans to ever have it so I can open up my passive tree and see like import builds or overlay classes over it? So as a newer player, I would have like a really good idea of where to go on this gigantic ass tree.
So this is a thing, and I'm trying to remember. Okay, so we made this feature a while ago, and I can't even remember whether or not we enabled it.
I went to China. And they enabled it in China for PE1.
I don't even know if it's live. We actually did make a feature where you could get a build file.
See, Ping's got it, bro.
I think it's probably not live then, probably. If
I've never heard of this.
We've never heard of it.
Yeah.
Cool.
So the idea was that you could download a build file and then set that as your thing, and then it would highlight all the nodes of that build.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, that'd be amazing. And then you could make like some pre-default ones for new players that are just like super basic but get you.
Well, here's the thing. That's the part that I don't want to do, because I don't want to. The reason why I'm fine with the build thing where you you go to a build guide and you just download the file is that
you're not telling the player how to play.
Yeah, exactly, right? So effectively, like, at that point, they've already decided they want to follow someone's guide.
They're gonna do it anyway.
So, like, therefore, it's fine, right? But at the point where, but if you're just, like, into the game and then the game's immediately like, why don't you pick from one of these build guides? Like, I'm kind of like, I'm not a fan of that, you know? Like, I don't want to, like, I feel like if you want to follow a build guide, that's great, but you have to
much
seek it
better
out,
make your own builds.
Yeah.
You get so much more invested
I totally
in your
agree
own
with
character,
that,
and it feels so much more rewarding to win.
I wanted to mention this before. One of the things that I really enjoyed about PoE 2 is that I got through the entire thing before restarts or whatever. I got through the entire thing without looking up any builds or anything. I was able to like get through it. It was fucking tough, but I got through it. And then I looked at a build guide and I'm like, wow, I was way off. Holy shit. And then I did the build and I put all the nodes in the proper spot. And I was like, God, this is like baby shit. I'm just zapping everything. But I could get through it. So I like that. You don't do it. And also, if you put that in the game, you're gonna make someone like me feel like an idiot. Like I'll start putting things in nodes, and then I'll go like, "What do you suggest?" And like, God damn it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of different things I could see that would be bad about that. But I agree with Jonathan in the sense, like, if a player seeks it out, they should be able to.
Optional.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 100%. Yep.
Yeah. That makes a lot more
That's
sense.
cool though that you guys are thinking about that, because I would love to have all that in game for builds. Like if we could just open up P and see a little text box in the bottom right that was like, path of building code, paste here. Like that would be amazing.
Now,
well, in PoE 2, I
delete
suppose,
PoE
now that I'm thinking about it, you would also have potentially the capability of having the same file list recommended support gems, like overriding the recommendations that we have, which would allow a build designer to like set the gems that you should be using as well, like so that would appear when you open the recommended supports from that.
Very useful, yeah.
So that would actually be another. I just thought about that just as you were talking there. So
you could have like Path of Exile guide masters make like purposefully like this is for new players suggestions, not necessarily like a roadmap, but like here's some suggested stuff for you kind of thing. And that opens up a lot of interesting doors.
Yeah. I would.
All right.
Of course, all optional.
Yeah, I'm curious about how as someone who doesn't make like build guides or anything, but for PoE content, PoE 2 content creators, where that is their livelihood, right, is making build guides. That's how they take ad rev and whatnot.
Subhuman
I wonder if
scum.
they would be against that because you
Negative
no
to
longer need
society.
to seek out a video and watch an ad because it's all in game and there's no monetization, right? So I wonder if you get pushback for that from the creators.
So
they took our jobs.
150,000 people like it, but those 3 streamers. So we probably shouldn't do it.
I just wonder if you get pushback from them, and to what extent
people
that goes.
still make
I don't
build
know.
guides like Dark
It's
Souls,
an interesting
right?
conversation, and it is very much like Code just said: 3 people versus the masses.
It would be very.
Yeah.
Still a consideration for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Well, cool. We're a little bit over, but Jonathan, thank you, Mr. Rogers. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for
Coming to our neighborhood.
For
Yeah,
coming
thank
to our
you.
neighborhood. Yeah. Anything you want to say here before we wrap it up, so you can get on with your day. It's only 8 a.m. there. Jeez.
Yeah, right. So you can go to work.
Just like it was really nice chatting to you guys. Like I had a fun time, and I'll go in, we'll start working on stuff, and hopefully people
Make the game better.
will like the changes we're making. I guess that's the main thing, right?
Yeah. Fantastic. We're gonna do shout outs here for Zeke, Co, and I. But Jonathan, feel free to go on about your day. We really appreciate it. We're gonna shift over to this, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you so much, Jonathan.
Yeah, you're
Thank you
welcome
very much
on
for
the
having
show
me.
whenever.
Thanks, Jonathan.
We'd love
It's
to
awesome.
have you on.
Goddamn,
Let's do
they
some
moved.
shout outs and wrap up the show. Co and Zeke. Zeke, please begin.
Okay, wait. I'll do the shout outs.
Yo, what's up, everybody? My name is Ezekiel the Third. You can find me at /Ezekiel_I on
watch
Twitch,
this, yeah.
Twitter, and YouTube. Ezekiel the Third, all spelled out on Instagram and TikTok. Thank you, Jonathan Roger, for joining us today, talking about PoE 2 and putting up with my loud, spitting, sputtering questions. You're very gracious, so thank you. Thank you to Co and JP also for being my co-host every week. You can find me at streaming every day at 1 p.m. Eastern. 10 a.m.
We've got
Pacific.
ads here, but we've got the
I'm going to be
top
playing
ratings ads.
this. I take Mondays off, so I'm not here tomorrow. But I will be playing Into the Dead and Blueprints for the next couple of days.
Nice.
And that's what I got coming up. So if you want to come join me checking those out, please do.
I'm pretty sure
Thanks for
Abby used to watch this guy.
Fantastic.
Abby used to be an
Co,
Ezekiel the Third
shout
watcher.
outs, please.
Absolutely. As always, a big thanks to JP and Zeke, and a special
And
shout
man
out to
versus
Zeke and
game.
Jonathan. That was awesome. I can tell you, I can count the amount of devs of that size that I feel are that kind of like transparent and in the trenches. That is
Definitely.
awesm. So big
Yeah,
thanks
but
to
the
GG and
Elon
Jonathan
question, though,
for
pretty
all of
cringe.
that.
Not gonna
On that
lie.
note, my name is Co. Hi, going to be doing a lot of Blueprints this week. Also, we've got Last Epoch this week. Going to be rolling new characters for that. Probably some more PoE
Is that
2
in the hashtag ad, though?
as we do more of our hardcore run. Maybe some First Berserker Kazan if I can rip myself away from Blueprints, and then some other fun games too, maybe some Yakuza in the evening. Regardless, thank you guys so much for watching this week. Hope you enjoyed the interview, and we will see you next week or sooner.
Fantastic. We also have a sponsored stream. We'll be playing together on Friday, I believe
Cool.
at 1 p.m. Eastern. We'll wait. I don't know if the game's announced, so I'm not going to say anything. But we'll see you all there on Friday. I think that's at 1 p.m. Eastern with the 3 of us. Oh yeah,
I see 12 p.m., but that works.
Okay, all right. Either,
Yeah, wait.
Whatever.
doesn't
We'll
matter
figure it
to
out.
me. I'll
We'll
be
figure
live.
it out. Yeah.
We'll figure it out, and we'll let you guys know. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, Jonathan's got inner peace. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut back to the screen. That was just Look at him. He's so happy. He's ready to go fix the loot.
He's zenning out
Zen,
before
man.
work. I love it.
Yeah. All right, that's it. The VOD will be up over at youtube.com/JP a little bit later, probably in the next 30 or 40 minutes. We're out for now. Next week, we got Rami. Rami Ismail's coming back.
Good stuff. Good does good. Honestly, I didn't expect it to be that good. I thought the drop range was going to be far more like, what's your favorite class? I really like the Amazon. What's your... It was actually a lot better than expecting. Pleasantly surprised with the depth of the questions. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was some D4 ass shit. I mean, he's steel manning though, right?
I'm not ready.
They're steel manning for the normies, which fair enough. Bro, dude, the big E question. Why are they acting like such pussies? Are they interacting with Elon? I know Elon said Una's voice is coming to Grok. They have to be, right? Do they follow each other on Twitter? Wait, does he even have it? Did John have a Twitter account? Like, what the fuck? That was so weird that they're just... I mean, I get they said, like, no, you can't ask about this. Like, the other ones I said, we don't want to talk about it, right? But, like, directly asked when they're being full transparent, and he's just like, yeah, I don't want to comment. Like, what the hell? Bro, you got a guy blatantly account steering in front of millions of people on a weekly basis over and over and over again, and you're not banning him. He's clearly blatantly breaking the TOS. Millions. Well, millions is in, like, you know, if you look at all the people, like, looking at Elon, obviously no one, like, he's not getting that many people watch his streams. It's like all the people criticizing him, most criticals making videos about him, everyone's making fucking things. They're talking about how dog shit Elon is at video games, etc. Like, millions of people are aware of the fact that Elon's an account sharing bozo, and he claims to, you know, not be. Whenever he clearly is, and he's clearly breaking the TOS. Why don't you understand? Why are you protecting? Like, why would you protect Elon? It makes no sense. Like, it's an easy layup. Like, everyone hates that guy because he's fucking lying about being good at video games. He's stolen video game Vela, right? Stolen video game Vela. And then my question is, does that mean Elon's got his finger in the pie somehow? Which is scary, bro. To think that Elon somehow could have some sort of leverage over GGG, where they're not banning him and they're not even willing to even talk about it. Like, what the fuck? That is weird.
I need more time.
Who gives a shit? I do! What do you mean? Like, if that's corruption, bro. So some guy's allowed to cheat in the video game and lie to everyone because he's fucking rich? What? Am I dead? That's dumb as fuck. Help. What's happening here? Help. I'm stuck.
I need more time.
Ooh, it was icky. Like, that was icky, right? When everyone knew what we were talking about, and he's, like, just not saying, like, yeah. That was icky, bro. That my ick meter went off the charts there, actually. Oh, that's so icky. That's yuck. I'm sorry, that's yuck. Are you a child? Okay, I'm using it's Zoomer terminology. I like to say that, dead ass. Okay, icky, like, that gives you, when someone gives you the ick, bro, it means that it's a weird behavior you don't like that they're exhibiting, and in a way that makes you even slightly disturbed. It was disturbing. It was the way I would describe it, yes. That means there's a level of corruption in GGG, wherever Elon Musk is able to control them.
Fear will vest
what?
you.
How the fuck are you getting controlled by some fucking bozo? What? How are you getting dominated by some fucking bozo? Money? No, it's not like, well, I'm just gonna pay you to not ban me. Like, no, the motherfucker must be in contact with some of the developers. And they're like, oh, let's not ruin this relationship just in case we could get some beneficial thing out of it in the future here. Let's taint our principles, right? With the potential of, you know, monetary gains. Conspiracy. What do you mean conspiracy? It wasn't a conspiracy. Elon's blatantly cheating repeatedly on live stream over and over and over and over again. Blatantly breaking the TOS. And then you ask the what fucking main game dev, and he knows exactly what you're talking about. Code literally says it out loud, and he's like, "Yeah, no, I'm not gonna comment on that." What? Who cares? I care. I don't want fucking cheaters to not get banned. What are you talking about? Do you want to play a game where, like, oh yeah, you can cheat if you're rich enough? Yo, hey, if you're clouded up, bro, and yeah, you can cheat. You just allowed to cheat, and you just lied over it. Yeah, it's cool. Like, fuck off. Fuck off. Time. Fuck off. You kidding me? Fuck that shit. Why are you guys vehemently defending someone? I don't understand. Why do you want GGG to allow cheaters? Like, so you think it's a good thing that GGG are like just turning a blind eye to rich people cheating? Like, okay, if like one of the top streamers was blatantly cheating, right? And they knew. But like, hey, it's good for the company because people play the game and more people play the game. Would you want them to like just not ban that guy? Because look, hey, look, it makes overall more people play the game and it's good for us. It's good for GG because they make money. Like, no, you wouldn't. You want them to just ban the guy, right? So everyone's playing a fair game. The idea is it's a fucking fair game.
I can't yet.
Like, you should ban that guy. Fuck that. And which is effectively what they're doing. It's like, oh yeah, no, it's like Ninja's playing my game, bro. I don't care. Yeah, he's using an aimbot. Dude, who cares? Fucking, he gets 60,000 viewers when he plays a game. We're just gonna turn a blind eye to the fact that he's using aimbot to cheat in the game. We're gonna, you know, like, someone asked, like, what do you think about, you know, Ninja fucking using aimbot? Like, don't want to comment on that, eh? Don't want to comment. Yeah, no comment there. Blatantly, you know, it's not a straw man. It's reality, bro.
Steel yourself.
What?
I'm not ready.
Elon is blatantly account sharing on live stream repeatedly over and over again. And they know that's happening. Everyone knows it's happening.
I'm not
and
ready.
They ain't banning him. They're breaking the TOS. What? It's super cringe. It is fucking disgusting, actually. Like, that to me just says, hey, we're going to compromise our principles for money. That's what it is. Now, the best case scenario is this. This is the best case scenario. You want to hear the best case scenario? The best case scenario is this. Is that actually they're not capitulating to your boy, the Muskrat, okay? And they're just afraid of controversy, and they're just playing it passive because they don't want controversy. Maybe, and that's the best case scenario, is they're just being a bit of a pussy, and they know he's cheating, but they don't want to ban him because then there's going to be some level of outrage because he'll make a tweet saying, "Oh, woke DI game took me out because I support America." Yeah, and then you'll get a bunch of fucking tards going, "Oh my God, the God Elon Musk, how could you possibly ban him from the game? Oh, this company grinding your games might be bad." But the thing is, that wouldn't happen. Everyone would just see, deserved, you fucking retard. Deserved, you fucking cheater bitch. They would smoke a pack on his ass. And they would just do the fingers to him. And everyone would just collectively laugh and spit on Elon. Which is what should happen when you fucking lie about being good at a video game. Whenever it's just complete fucking fake news. Like, straight up. Liars and cheaters should be called out. Everyone would be on GGG's side. So, like, then at that point, why would you be a pussy? And it's like, okay, they wouldn't be a pussy. Because anyone who has, like, any level of, like, social intelligence and has a basic understanding of the landscape of the internet, dunking on Elon is super fucking free W farm, And it would be absolute. It's like a layup. It's like like there's only good things that will happen if they ban Elon for cheating when he's blatantly cheating. It's only good things. There's not like genuinely. So then it's like, okay, well, so you assume they have some level of understanding as to what that landscape looks like. Okay, well then therefore they must be capitulating, and they must be like, fucking Elon's DMing one of the fucking lead devs, and he's like, yeah, maybe we could do a collab with X and Grok here.
Move along now.
We could work together, we could make our companies grow. I could have millions and millions of people looking at Path of Exile 2. My platform, now owned by XAI, aka Grok. Maybe we put a PoE 2 sticker on one of the SpaceX rockets. By the way, can you put 15 mirrors on my account? Yes, Elon. Yes, King Elon. I'll do whatever. Yes. Straight up. Freak bitch. This one's good, bro, for leveling. Beaten. He bottom feeder. Big demeanor. Even meet you. Yeah. Would Pidge ban confuse the N-word too? No, I did use the N-word on stream when talking about a song, and it was not, because contextually it's not breaking TOS. You can contextually use the N-word and it's fine. The only thing that Twitch will ban you for is if you're being racist. Or not just racist. Oh, well, there's a bunch of things. There's a bunch of this, like nudity, there's protected groups. Any of the protected groups you can get got for doing. Bodily fluids. I mean, there's a million things you can get banned for. But, no. Actually, saying the N-word in a vacuum is fine.
No challenge.
Now, I wouldn't want to do it because people would just think I'm racist.
Steel yourself.
Bro, I was having a casual conversation and my sister fucking busted out the N-word mid-combo. Just, like, she didn't say N-word, she just said it. And it was not, she was talking about what the kids were saying at school. And I was like, Jesus, capital D colon, you know. I was like, am I live right now, bro? Like, I'm down in my kitchen, right? I'm down in the kitchen. And she was talking about what the kids are saying at school. And she's like, she's listing the words, and she just listed the N-word, you know, hard R. And saying how awful it was, right? Because they don't understand what they're saying. But I was just capital D coloning super hard, and I had like a live, like, am I live on Switch PTSD moment. But then I realized, well, how stupid is that? Of course we should be able to have a conversation and use a word that people, you know, in a context that's not racist whatsoever. Of course, like, I'm the one that's stupid. I've just been trained by Twitch to be a pussy bitch. Bro, I see some titties, bro. I fucking have a heart attack. Oh, fuck. Like, I'll be like on some shit, you know, like scrolling down the replies, just looking at on a post or something off stream, and then boom, some titties in there. You're like, oh! I get like a mini heart attack for a second, and I realize, oh, I'm not live. I'm good. Oh, thank God.
I need more time.
Oh, fuck.
I need more time.
But then I'm like, ooh, yuck.
No warrior.
Ooh. And then I go, ooh, yuck. Any titties and now my wife titties are yucky.
I'm not
and then
ready.
I click off them straight away, bro, because fuck that, you know what I'm saying? Instantly close the page. Do not even look at them. Just enough to identify the object on the screen. Oh, it's titties. Click off.
I'm not
I can't move. I'm lagging. What's happening? Help.
I'm not ready.
Walks in and every dressing instantly starts yapping about getting cancelled. You can't be doing that. Is that nudity? You break a TOS. The fuck? You think you're having a shit? No, you're not allowed to have a share in this house, Abby. No. You're breaking the TOS right now. lips covered right now. You know what? While you're at it, cover those lips up.
I need more time.
Cover your face. Alright, no, I'm taking a quick run. Overall, though, really good interview thing. Really good podcast from Drop Frames, guys. Good stuff. Pleasantly surprised. Hey, did you guys notice during the podcast I progressed all the way to tier 15 maps? Have leveled up multiple times, and I'm basically just owning now. My guy's just fucking owning. I mean, I did almost die like 3 times. I do still need survivability, but you know, overall feeling a lot more powerful now.
53 D5 BC 234 B27 to 6943 F7. Now you know why capitalism is bad, Quinn. A retarded man-child is the richest person on the planet, and a small indie company doesn't even want to risk banning him because he could buy your little peasant island and burn Triple G to the ground. W socialism.
I think it would. They wouldn't do that. They're not, they can't be that scared. They can't, bro.
Do you really want a guy that
that.
has spent $100 billion to destroy a bunch of tech brothers that laughed at him take an interest in your favorite company? He 100%.
Elon would lose. What does Elon care about more than money? Being accepted and trying to be popular and cool with the kids. It's all he desperately wants is validation. That's why he lies about being good at video games. That's why he lies. This is literally what he's doing. He's seeking validation. Okay? He wouldn't sue GGG because he would look like a fucking clown. Like, he blatantly, irrefutably admitted himself, posted himself, greenlit messages of him saying, yeah, I cheated. Yeah, I RMT and Diablo and Path of Exile, I count you. He says this. He says this. Go check my YouTube channel. It's on there. There's no court case he could possibly win. There's nothing he can do. Tencent ain't gonna sell shit. You think Tencent are gonna sell their company that's super profitable to Elon? Well, they actually, you know what? Maybe they would, if the money was right. But he wouldn't do that because it would look pathetic. It would look pathetic. And then he doesn't want to look pathetic because he's desperate to be liked. That's all he wants. It's called picking your battles. It's not a battle, though. It's just a free layup. What? It's not a battle. It's like an easy W on a retard. What? How do you... I really am confused how you think... You know what? Do you know the worst thing they could do to... Do you know what? This is something Elon would do. Secretly change the algorithm in Twitter to suppress Path of Exile. That's something he... Do you know what? That's something maybe he could do. Like, he would... Like a shadow ban on Path of Exile. But... Why wouldn't he have shadow banned like a bunch of people who just all they do is dunk on him? Like, why wouldn't they shadow ban fucking like Hassan or something? Because Hassan's not shadow banned. He doesn't. What are you talking about? Hassan's got like 500 tweets being like, "Fuck Elon Musk, fuck that guy," with like millions and millions of views. What are you talking about? No, I do think yes. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that's something he might do because we saw that whole thing with Asmongold, right? 100%. He maybe would go that low, but it's unlikely because, well, then why does he do it to a bunch of these other guys who just really, you know? Yeah. How do I get tier 16 mass, bro? What the fuck? Oh no, I can't sustain, bro. What the hell?
What do you think?
Dude, I can buy 14 maps.
Of course.
That's so ridiculous. Oh yeah, just buy all these T14 maps, guys. This reminds me of like a PTR realm. This shouldn't be real. Like, oh yeah, just buy a whole page. It says as many T14 maps. You just buy some, bro. Whatever, bro. You got T14 maps, whatever. Just go to the vendor and buy fucking 20 of them. For effectively free. Keep going to buy them. It's not PTR. Shit is fucking basically live access. Okay, we're going this way. To the Mire, I guess.
Their sands shift.
So it's a 5 divine necklace. What? And I put it up as 5 divine because I don't know how much it's actually worth. I need to calculate what it's worth. 6 all attributes, 16 strength, 12 all rares, 41% max. Yes, with rarity, and it's got evasion rating. So a Ghost Shroud user would coom for this. A Ghost Shroud user would coom. I don't think. Okay, I don't think it's worth 5D. I just put that there to like remind myself that's a really expensive item that I own. No, it's probably worth like 3 or 2D, maybe 4D. It's like I don't know how to price it because there's no other thing on the market at all like it. It's only one, so it's like well then what I put it at. Dude, it's in the divines. The question is how many divines? How many divines? Up there, I'll just put it in 3D. Thing is, I have a bunch of items that I think are worth divines, and they never sold. It is what it is. I got like this one here. Like this one here. But that was also insane. It was cray, bro. For real. How's it know what's sold yet? What is that? Chat, this on AC Trade is nuts. Okay, I don't even understand. AC Trade is not trade. Okay, AC Trade is not trade. The level of items that are on AC Trade are completely different.
Face me.
There's basically no one playing this league, so you effectively have no items for anything.
I'm not ready.
The items you have to be spammed. Well, the thing, all the ones that I underprice get spammed, and then they sell almost straight away, and things that overprice don't. And so what I do is I start with a higher price, and then I slowly lower it over time until I get a good value. Permanently stunned right now, Joe. This is great. Love this. Can't see anything. Help.
What do you have against memories,
And
Quinn?
has the type of
They give our
childish
offspring
personality.
much needed nutrients.
Time to feed the fairies.
No challenge.
Oh, teddies. He's talking about teddies. I got nothing against teddies. It's the TOS.
I can't yet.
There was absolutely no TOS, and I was able to show titties on screen if I wanted to at any point in time, and there was no downside to it. But you know what? I still wouldn't do it.
In the right
But I just wouldn't freak out whenever I saw them by mistake.
I'm not ready.
I just wouldn't want a bunch of dudes getting bonus and just, that would just be all around this shit, a bit weird. Unforced TTS pussy. Why I paused? Because it was fucking dono clipping, little bro.
To buy Triple G and shut them down out of spite.
Wouldn't do it.
Fat lol. Buddy, welcome to life. Money lets you cheat. Have to pay a fine? Who gives a fuck? Have to wait in line? Nope, you are fucking rich. Think a social media platform is being mean to you? Buy it and block the meanies. Grow up, lil gup.
I mean, he actually got bullied into buying it.
Elon
And
said
took a
they
mad
were
L.
using a Path of Exile character's voice for the Grokkai voice.
Yep.
They probably have
Luna.
some deal they don't want to fuck up, lol.
That's what I'm thinking. I think
They won't ban Elon because
I think they're talking. I think there's like someone's talking to Elon and they're like have some level of relationship, which is why they're like he's effectively immune, which I think is stupid. I think you should ban your own family member. If your own family member, if like John's son is cheating in Path of Exile, he should ban him. Right? Just, he can make a new account. Just that account that he's cheating on gets deleted. Straight up. If your own kid's cheating, just fucking ban him. But, like, are you kidding me? Just take him out. Take him out. Take him the fuck out.
I need more time.
Straight up.
loss of monetary gain, man. That cunt could destroy Triple G if he wants. He meddles with a whole country.
Okay, you are severely
It has nothing to do with
like,
Elon being rich. It has to do with him being the first lady of the US government and being a studio primarily funded by China.
I don't think Elon has that much power, honestly.
Pussy in my ass. Play Valheim.
I think maybe if you work
Prime
with the US
subs are
government,
free.
maybe he's got a little bit of power. Maybe he could like have a good. He could basically get you
Chat.
taken to some court where they can
At
get
the
you
end of the
fired.
day, don't even get it twisted. Chat saying the N-word in a vacuum is fine. Anyway, hey, Gugu, what's the biggest vacuum known to man?
The largest vacuum chamber in the world, known as the Space Power Facility at NASA's Glenn Research Center in Cleveland, Ohio. It is 30.5 meters.
Hey, Gugu, stop. I got enough. Anyway, chat, but boys, I'm on my way to Ohio.
Yo, I'm going on holiday.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm going on holiday. I'm going on holiday tomorrow, just to let it be known. Holiday tomorrow. Actually, though, I am. So I'm letting you guys know. I will stream tomorrow morning, but I'll be ending the stream early as fuck. It'll be a very short one. It'll be like what? It'll be like 3 or 4 hour stream or something. And then I won't stream the next day. So yeah, you'll be missing the first.
I can't yet.
You'll be missing 1 day and a half a stream. So pretty half a stream, 1.5 streams is gonna get deleted. It's because it's school holidays, and you know, I felt bad because we're not taking our kids out on holidays enough. So we're gonna go to a place. I'm not gonna dox where we're going just in case there's some weirdos. We're going to a place. It should be Poggies.
I need more time.
Gonna refund says, "Fuck you, bitch."
I can't yet.
It's Force and Anquine. I mean, I'm going for 1 day, bro, and a half.
I'm not ready.
Boys, multiple bosses tomorrow. Yeah. Ohio.
These Ohio are classic, man. I love these ones. When they say Ohio, bro, it cracks me up every time, guys. God damn. You guys are comedic geniuses, you know that? Do you think I'm powerful enough to fight a Citadel boss, by the way?
I can't yet.
Wait, what is this blue thing? What am I looking at?
No challenge.
Is this the part of the map, or is it like something special? Oh, it's a chicken.
Face me.
I'm looking at it, wondering what the fuck I'm looking at, bro. Goddamn. Citadel bosses are a joke, man. I don't know about that, Chief. They were really fucked last time I did them. Are they a lot easier now? Did they be nerfed?
I'm not ready.
Not nerfed. Citadel bosses are easy. You will get fucked by Arbiter, though.
I'm not ready.
Okay, well, how do I prepare for Arbiter? Because I don't want to 100% die, right? I want to 0% die. I want to 100% win. That we could go with that option. Do I have to do softcore practice? Actually, no, I'll do it if that's what you think I need to do. Like, I don't want to just suicide this character. Like, if I'm just gonna die instantly, what's the point? I'm gonna just, you know, like, what the hell's the point? Hey, you just invested a bunch of time and it just get instantly killed. Congrats. I got turbo head, bitch. I know where I'm going, pussy.
I need more time.
Well, I mean, I haven't decided 100% I'm going to practice, but it depends. I need to talk to some people who actually know what they're talking about. If it's like, the thing is, if it's like a 50% chance I'll win, okay, I'll take that chance. But if it's a 100% chance I'll die, well then I don't want to do that because it's just a waste of my time. Either A, I don't fight the boss, or B, I practice. Right? Because I'm not gonna like this. But why would I do that? Like, that's just killing myself. If there's a 100% chance I die, that's just suicide. There's no opportunity. It's just cost.
I need more time.
It's just like, oh yeah, you just lose. Well, I don't want to lose, so then why would I just pick the option that makes me lose? Well, that doesn't make any sense. Ow, 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 what the fuck?
I'm not ready.
This motherfucker just teleported over, what the hell? Save my time. No, because softcore you can't lose. Right? I want there to be a chance of losing.
Go on.
Like every map I enter is like a, I feel like depending on the mods, it's anywhere between like a 0.5% chance I lose to, bro, honestly, 30 to 40% chance I lose. Some of these have just been so fucked. I mean, I've just logged at the very last second and survived. You know, really close.
Go.
Yeah, the thing is, I want to be, ideally, I'm finding out, like, the dream as a boss is, the final boss, the final hard boss is like a 50-50. I win or lose. I'm happy with those odds. I'm happy to take that gamble. Okay, wait, so you're telling me I can just buy these maps from this cunt and just combine them?
Time is of the essence.
So you can just print tier 15 maps. What? Should you alchemy up these, chat? Nah, it makes it more likely to brick. And I don't want to brick them. I just want to get sustain here. I just hit monster damage twice, bro. Seriously? Nice. Nice! Oh my god, I got really good really good ones there. Well, it just changed it to positive only. I mean, I'll allow this. Oh yeah, I have fucking points in my thingy. I killed like some boss and it gave me points. What did I get points in? I got map boss stuff. 25% rarity advantage of my map bosses. Goes quantity. Hell yeah. What if you get banned for people replying to you? Oh. Are you dumb, bro? Or what's the deal? What are you doing? You trying to farm getting banned?
Sands shift.
It's because you're attention seeking. If you talk about the fact that, like, you're wasting ZU's time. If it's a message that's talking about, like, oh, why did you get banned for just talking about people replying to you or something, it's because the bot sees it as like, oh, this is the message that's wasting my time. If you're just typing normal messages that aren't like self-aware about the fact that you're gonna get banned, then you'll never get banned.
Crawl.
Like it's super hard to get banned by ZU unless you say, at ZU, fuck you, bitch. Oh, why do you get banned for people replying to you? Like I just fucking deliberately baited a ban. But why do you get banned? Well, it's like you sticking your foot into a vat of acid, and you're asking yourself why your foot got, you know, corrosively burnt.
Okay.
I mean, you put the foot in the acid, bro. I ain't, you know, what are you doing? Why is the game so slow?
I'm not ready.
Is it that slow though? My damage is getting kind of sick, chat. Dude, can you believe I'm level 85, chat, with no divines? I'm in tier 15 maps, farming the endgame, and I have no divines drop.
I'm not ready.
Owie, 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 owie. Am I gonna die? Help, 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 help. Where are my divines dropping? I'm divineless, bro, straight up.
I can't yet.
4-6 kills, mate. Doesn't matter. I'm in tier 15, tier 6. I'm in tier 15 mass, brother. Should have divine at this point. I'll do kills though.
Meat creature.
Kills. 57k monsters.
I need more time.
You have 125k, Eric. Yeah, but have you been doing tier 15 juice maps, bro? Ask the fact. These are juiced. What's my playtime, chat? 2 days, 9 hours. That's 48 plus 9. Oh, it's actually 10. That's 58. I played for 58 hours. Bro, I played less PoE than Ezekiel from Drop Range. What the hell? Jesus. I mean, those videos aren't going to react to themselves, so what can I say? Someone needs to be giving good PoE takes.
Hey, chat. Can you do this IRL? Die, 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 re, die, 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 da, da, bre, die. Re, die, die, a, die, eat, die, die, eat, kai, eat, die, 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 tree, die, 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 bas, die, delay, I,
Anyone want me to skip this, guys? Anyone else want me to skip? Oh my cockle! Help! What's happening? Fucked up, man. Jesus.
I need more time.
Getting fucked up. You guys are messing me up big time. God damn. I'm not a channel Benny Vader. I'm a site-wide Benny Vader. We are not the same. Basic. It's not even basic, bro. It just means you're canceled somewhere else.
Ready.
Right? Basic appropriators, man. Can you believe these guys?
Well, answer the man. Can you do that IRL?
I'm not
We said, hey, check. Can you do it IRL? I can do it, obviously. But
I'm not ready.
Holy guacamole. Oh no, I'm canceling every social sitting. Internet IRL. Need to put down the most. Wait. Need to put down most likely. Listen, I don't know what you're on about, little bro. You're just annoying. Okay, I can see why everyone bans you. You're like that guy from the fucking clip that we watched of Mizkif stream.
I need more time.
It's likely you. What boss is this? This can be the Medusa lady or who? Oh shit, this guy? Oh dude, is he gonna do cast damage or what? Dude, My Chemical Romance, guys. We got emo music playing. I used to think this was like the most pussy beta cuck music possible back in the day. Like I used to pity and like they were like subhumans. If you listen to My Chemical Romance or Fall Out Boy, those two specifically. But then what I realized was, you know that one Fall Out Boy, the one song from My Chemical Romance. Which, the
65
Black
months,
Parade is actually pretty
bitch.
catchy. And I realized I'm just predicting.
I need
And it
more
was
time.
me who was the pussy. If people want to listen to that emo music, they can. Is Fall Out Boy that bad?
I can't yet.
Yeah, let's see, probably.
I can't yet.
I think that's pretty fucking bad. Whoa! Boom! Yo, wait, I feel like I got a good thing associated with these boots. Something about these boots tells me that they're good. I don't know if it's just the asymmetry going on there, or are they actually good boots?
I need more time.
My brain is saying those boots. Wait, they're not relocation. They don't look like at all like relocation. Are they the pinning boots? Is that what they are? The turbo pin? Like all damage is pinning or something?
Ready.
Coffin flare. This guy plays coffins, bro. Better watch out for this guy, straight up.
I'm not ready.
Okay, wait. I get a double map, right? If I kill a boss, I get a map, and then also if I kill all the rares, I get a map. So I should get 2 maps.
I'm not ready.
If my math is correct here. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the way it works.
No challenge.
Boom, another one. Yeah, this map sustain is bitch, bro. This is why we don't like determinism. It's the chance of something dropping that gets the dopamine proccing. If you know it's happening every time, it's not even you don't get dopamine hit. It needs to maybe happen, not to happen every time. Straight up. Better damage bleed build. Do you know what I need to do? Is I need to get rid of. Should I try getting rid of Stomping Ground?
For 5 years watching Quinn grow up, or at least grow old and whine. For 10 more years of Poggy's streams cheers.
Have you tried killing more mobs for the drops?
Denial of reward.
Yeah, this is mate, what are you doing? Zero mirror, Andy, bro. Zero mirrors, man. Zero mirrors. Wait, what do I have one of those?
Go.
All damage is pinning. There it is. I guess we keep one of these. Fuck it.
Quicken your
Type kills. I already typed kills before. We were just discussing my kills, little bitch. Say tomato. 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 Tomato? No, tomato. Okay, tier 15. It's the corrupted Nexus, boys. Oh, is that something special up there? Do you know what's crazy, Chad? Is that I've got no unique maps at all. Like, how am I at a point where I don't have... Like, how do I have I not had one? You cannot access this map. Requires at least 4 mods. Oh, frick. Dude, I've done tons of mapping. What the hell? Problem for you. Okay, we're gonna have to regal this fucker. I'm gonna have to slam it. Don't fucking break. Tier 15, yellow map. Big dick Nexus, baby. Big, huge dick Nexus. Let's fucking go. Big dick. Big old dicks. I did. I slammed the fuck out of it there, boy. Complaints about tourism and complaints about no unique maps. Yes, large numbers means that
7.
I should have had like multiple unique maps at this point, right? Look at my wanna have a look here. If you mapped as fast as you yep, you'd be swimming in divines. Dude. If I mapped as fast, I fucked mums as well. Look at this. Look at our fire travel, mate. Look, this is where I started, and then I came up here, and I went over here, then went around there, then I went up here, then went over here, then I went to this place, then I went over here, then I went over there, now I'm up here, and, I mean, that's a lot of maps. That's a lot of maps. That's a lot of maps. That's heaps of maps. Sure, Wayless, and you've had 3 unique maps. Yeah, I think I'm just unlucky. Either A, I'm unlucky, or B, I'm blind, and there are unique maps in there, and I didn't notice. But, you know, I'm sure Chow would have noticed, though, right? And told me, like, oh shit, unique map. Holy fuck, what's happening? Help, help, I'm getting... Red flags, red flags. Nothing bad's happening yet.
I can't yet.
Cannot yet.
Meek creature.
When is the new Wilson League? The new last Epoch League? It's on the 17th. It's the 14th currently. Although, wait, it's 18th my time, so 4 days. Am I going to play it?
I need more time.
We'll see. We'll see. It depends on the day. You know, I'll just wake up that day and be like, yeah, maybe. Maybe.
I can't yet.
You doing this well? What do you mean? I literally, whenever there's the last Epoch League, it's like a 50% chance I'll do it.
I need more time. Fear will best
Nah, let's be real. I'll probably at least guarantee just try that. You know, just try it, right? It can't hurt to just log in and give it a try.
I'm not ready.
Sure, let's go for where? And we're gonna have dash, right?
The flames hunger.
Oh my god, I got a fucking Exile! Pokers in the chat! Let's kill these mobs up first, beforehand. Oh, what is that? She's getting wrecked, bro. Owning her.
Blaze of glory.
Look at her shooting out little fire. What's she doing? 0 damage per second? Shit build. Shit build right there. Damn, she's some shit gear.
I can't yet.
That's it. Did I get the thorns on him? Am I going thorns now, boys? Is that what's happening?
I need more time. I need more time.
Oh, fuck. I mean, which way do I want to go? A map hack is telling me. Huh? I guess I have to go around the long way?
I can't yet. I can't yet.
Has anyone been one-shot by some bullshit Exile yet? Where it's like, the Exile has some combo of items which is just completely broken. You know, like, I was thinking like maybe a Thorns build, right? You just go on and attack him, you just kill yourself or something stupid like that. Whoa.
No challenge.
That's a unit right there. What the fuck is that? 3 splinters! Oh my god, dude!
I'm not ready.
Whoa, Nelly! Ooh, look at this guy, boys! Hold me back. Not 1, but not 2, but 3 splinters from a single thingy. That is the most I've ever had, period, for my entire PvE2 experience. The most splinters from a single loot. The largest stack I've ever dropped.
Feel yourself.
So, pretty impressive.
I'm not ready.
Jesus. Stunlock right now. Can't move. Stunlock. Can't move. Holy fuck. I'm just praying to God nothing kills me. I have no idea what's going on. Damn, bro.
can't yet.
So you know what I need to do is I need to fix my build. I actually have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dead points. Yeah, I can get a whole wheel right now.
I need more time.
I've just been too lazy to spec them, so I'm just kind of let them sit there. Huh? Oh yeah.
I need more time.
Rage with dead points. Well, I already have rage. I don't need those rage points do really nothing. It just means my rage is up faster. Is all. Oh my god. Better than anything.
I can't yet.
Even if a sound issue with the King of the Mist, we
Here,
just get stuck
go
in the
buy
retail.
yourself something nice.
Yo, Lawless, chair, bro.
I'm not ready.
I'm considering getting the Mac, bro. Considering getting the 20k Mac Studio. Some shit, but I can't really justify it, you know? Before. So if anyone can just give me 20k to buy it, let me know.
I can't yet.
That'd be great. How do I have my sub back? Oh, yeah. Yo, am I gonna dog shit AI, Lawless? Nah, I won't, no. It'll go towards just paying off the crippling debt and going towards eventually doing the Culture 2.0 one day, one dream. We can dream the dream. Dream the dream, boys.
I can't yet.
One day, my brothers. Maybe some... God dang, I just stunned. I can't move at all. Just perma. I need to get stunned. Dude, I'm just gonna get stun reaction. Right. Okay, to do. All right. Start up a timer for 14 minutes and 30 seconds. Get stun reduction points. There it is, bro. This is a really nice one. You can play last epoch in your 15 minutes, log out window. Yeah, I think I'm good, bro. Log out core mega pussy. I'm using a memory sense. Yeah, I think there's a wheel that's just something like strength, stun threshold, strength, stun threshold, and then your strength adds to your stun threshold. I'll get that and see what happens. Level another character while 15 minutes passes. Well, how about I just interact with Twitch chat for 15 minutes and we consider that? You know what I'm saying? Sounds like I got some IRL dog shit, trash, complete ass I got to deal with that I'm just not looking forward to, chat. Sorry, chat. My bad. I'm sorry. It's really bad. I have bad mental right now. I actually have genuinely bad mental right now. It's not good mental. It's not good mental. Bad mental. Unironically, the worst mental I've had in fucking months. I'm not being parasocial, Peter. I'm not going to tell you anything about it. You'll never know anything about it. It's not something I'm going to be talking about. I'm just telling you that I have very bad mental. The worst mental I've had in months and months. But it's good. I enjoy immersing myself streaming because then at least if I'm doing that, it's like you forget about it, you know?
Turns out you're not dyslexic, you're just really, really stupid.
Alright, dude. All right, little bro. Not cool. Reacting make you feel better. Tro. Oh, what's this bug? What's this bug?
Hey, what up guys? Boom here, and I'm currently in Path of Exile and I found a pretty interesting bug. It has to do with bind specters, and let me just tell you, it's kind of broken. It should be fixed ASAP since people can literally make currency out of this, so it's kind of broken if you know what you're doing. And yeah, let's just showcase the bug real quick so hopefully GG can fix this bug as soon as possible. So
wouldn't it just dilute the market with a bunch of level 15 gems though, or a bunch of like how many socket gems? Wouldn't this dilute the market? Well, I'm making the assumption that you can just make 6-link specters.
Yeah. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to equip a bind specter in your slot. You want to just go to Clearfell or something.
Because you can probably uncorrupt it by disenchanting it, right?
Go to Act 1 Cruel if you need more Val Orbs. You can do it at any stage. Because what you want to do is, and hopefully,
damn, it's computer slow.
If they know how to fix this, it will be hopefully fixed in the next patch. I kind of want to make it public so people actually can see, and hopefully it gets big enough to actually get patched, of course.
Bro, how does he play the game with these load screens?
You want to capture I just killed everything with freeze, what I want. 1 second, just turn off health eyes. Okay, never mind. Let's claim this rotten wolf real quick. Now it's in my inventory. What you want to do, put a Val Orb on it. Now I have 3 sockets, right? I'm gonna go back to the portal, to town. And once you're in town, you want to disenchant the bind specter thingy.
Sorry.
So just like this. Bind specter. Now it has the 3 sockets with corrupted, that's correct. Now you want to go again into Clearfell, or anything that has to do with attacking enemies. And once you're over here, you want to just get another mob. Actually, you can feel something, 1 sec. Oh my days. Turn off, do I have health eyes? I'm just turn off Trinity.
He's too powerful!
Man.
He's too powerful!
What is causing me to do? Okay, let me just...
GGD up him now!
Why can't I actually... Normal. Okay, just like that. I'm gonna claim the rotten wolf real quick. And now as you guys can see, the corruption is completely gone.
Yeah.
You can do it again. Then you gotta run the corruption again. So
all this does though, right, is just make a bunch of 6-link free specter gems. Which at least it doesn't destroy the economy. It just destroys the economy of 6-linked specter gems.
The whole bug. So hopefully GGG can fix this. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this short little bug report thingy, I hope you don't enjoy it because it's kinda, I don't know if it's bannable, but yeah, this is how you do it, and hopefully GGG can fix it, and yeah, that's kind of it. Thank you for watching.
Well, no, it's not account bound, right? Because you can unaccount ban it, right? But wasn't it not account bound a second ago? After he just sold it, after he just done the DE, because it turns back into a normal gem, right? Or does it not? Is that, or are they all just account bound? So you can't even sell it at all. Because that's now a gem that you could just sell that gem, right? Am I tripping? Nothing says account bound there. Maybe it's intended. It's not intended. They made a patch. They made a hot fix patch that fucking made it so you could disenchant specters, because people wanted to be able to do that, and they just fucking forgot that it would remove corruption. It's an oversight. Like the second I saw the Val gems and the specter gem, I was like, oh, he's gonna disenchant it and just link it up, isn't he? Which obviously would be obvious to any like vet player. What the fuck? I ain't clicking whatever that is, little bro. Is this gonna ban? What do you guys think? Ban? Suspicious user ban evasion. Yeah, it's a hard ban, bro. Suspicious unit ban evasion. Get him out of here. Yo, what the fuck are we watching, dude? Why is Forza always watching this weird horse shit, bro? What? Can someone explain why Forza's always watching some weird ass horse shit? Like, he's always watching some weird horse stuff. Was he just saving it for later? You will love this new Troom Game format. Bro, get out of here, man. I'm fucking playing PoE. I'm just on logout claw. I'm waiting 6 minutes, dude. I'm waiting 6 minutes for my fucking shit to come back up again, so then we can pop off. I'm gonna clear that Nexus. Oh, my fucking map, man.
I cannot believe I have been subbed for a few years, but I find myself still looking forward to the next RIP. That stuff never gets sold. Terraria Zenith Seed still awaits completion BTW.
How I started making water kefir? Nah, bro. No. I mean, yeah, you just put kefir grains in there, right? Top up again for you tomorrow. Batista games to use. I saw this video getting advertised to me, but then I saw it was 60 minutes, and I was like, fuck that. I'm good. Why am I logged out? Because I have to wait for the server to expire. Okay, guys, I'm getting depressed. This is depressing. I hate this. I fucking hate this. I'm left alone with my thoughts right now, guys. Have you seen this? Oh shit! There's a new Mission Impossible trailer.
This can't all be true.
Every word.
CIA Black Vault break-in.
Am I reading this correctly? The Kremlin bombing?
In fairness, the bomb was actually meant to kill him.
He gassed a security briefing. That was just 2 months ago.
This explains the handcuffs. It's still not clear why he's here. If we want to bring the world back from the brink, we have to deal with him.
Should he choose to accept?
Smart people on every side are close to panicking.
What exactly is your plan?
Shit's got sci-fi mode, bro. Do you know what's crazy,
You've been betrayed, Ethan. All your secrets compromised.
I never watched a Mission Impossible movie.
Everything you are, everything you've done,
I've never watched one.
has come to this.
You gave him an aircraft carrier?
Our lives are the sum of our choices. This is your calling, your destiny. I have no regrets. Neither should you.
I need you to trust me. One last time.
What's better? I watched Edge of Tomorrow, and I thought that was okay. Is it better? Is Mission Impossible better than Edge of Tomorrow? Edge of Tomorrow rocks. I watched Minority Report. I've just never watched any Mission Impossible. I've heard the soundtrack a million times. It's like, doo-doo-doo. Wait, what's going on here? If you want to, you can. Yo. Oh shit! Replacement mouse, boys. Replacement mouse. Replacement mouse. Yeah, baby. Is it gonna fix it? It's gonna feel amazing, right? Just not having the constant bugs. Damn, I'm just ruining this box because I can't get it open. Can I, chat? Question is, can I just? Guess I just replace it with a fucking thing. Cannot open the box. But I can. Is it gonna have the same keybinds, or will I just be able to unplug one and plug this in? Jesus. Okay. There's a new mouse. Okay. Wait, this little thing here, is this little thing here going to be synchronized to this mouse? It probably will be, right? Oh, shit. Ooh, ooh, oh my god, guys. Wait, what the hell? The hell's this? The hell is this? The fuck? They look The fuck? Okay, I'm gonna unplug this one. I'm gonna plug in. Oh, dude, it doesn't fit. Oh, it's USB-C even. It doesn't fit, man. It's a different hole. What the fuck? Okay, wait. Maybe I just do this after. Maybe I just do this after, chat. This might be it. It's the wrong hole, chat. Like, it doesn't fit. I'm gonna have to put this in here. It is what it is. Let's put it there. Oh, it's way smaller. Everything about it's a lot smaller and compact. Hey, may have a new model. We have the new model of Renagas, apparently. Maybe this one won't fucking break. Oh, wait, does that feel different? Or do you think it's gonna be better, or you're gonna just use cheaper components? Okay, gamers, it's time to kill bosses. It's time to kill bosses. Yeah, baby. No, seriously, I'm about to kill. I'm about to go in and I'm killing the fucking boss right now, boys. He's triggering people not using the new cable that came with the new mouse. Well, I'm not using the new cable. The new cable doesn't fit. Well, the old cable doesn't fit to the new mouse. So then it's not, the new cable also doesn't fit to the device that would make it wireless. Basically, I cannot use a new mouse unless I go under my desk, unplug some shit, plug this in, and then it's going to probably be different keybinds. And then I figured, do you know what? There's so much of a hassle that I can't be fucked, and I'm just going to do it off stream. Bro. I could change it. I must admit, the buttons do feel a little bit different. Looks to be the exact same technology, though. I'm looking at it here. It looks to be the same tech. Alright.
Do you seek my wisdom?
Pain attunement, 3 to 10 4-inch damage. That is not very useful, is it?
Move along now.
What the fuck is this? The fuck is this? Okay, boys. The fucking Citadel. Alright, here we go. The Stone Citadel. Tier 15. Get your Pog champs ready. We about to go in here. Dude, you guys... Music taste is sucking dick. Like, your music taste is sucking dick right now. I need to take a piss. Get your Pog champs ready. We're going into Stone Citadel. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be the... No, it's not the first time I fought this. I think I must have fought this before. It's gonna be the second time I've ever battled this. Am I gonna die or am I gonna live? We'll have to see. One sec.
Man goes to doctor. Says he's depressed. Says life is harsh and cruel. Says he feels all alone in a threatening world. Doctor says, treatment is simple. The great clown Quin69 is in town tonight. Go see him. That should pick you up. Man bursts into tears. Says, but doctor, I am Quin69.
All right, boys. I'm logging in. When's have I failed this, by the way? When's have I failed this? Like, do I just lose the Citadel? Can I just keep attempting?
I need more time.
Like, what if you go in and don't kill the boss? And then I just wait 15 minutes and let the instance expire.
I can't yet.
Like, you open the map and let the instance expire. What happens? Do you just lose the Citadel? I'm ready for rip. I ain't ripping in, little bro. No, not this guy. Oh shit, should I get the stun immunity before I should get the stun immunity? So that's what almost kills me every time. My guys just can't move. He's just surrounded by dudes. Well, let me just respec him. I'm just gonna respec the stun immunity. 1 sec. Fuck, you're playing a different game. Laughing while crying emoji. Laughing while crying emoji. Laughing while crying emoji. Hey, I'm playing the most meta overpowered build, by the way, on Softcore Trade League. Well, yeah. Oh, really? Wow, we're not playing the same game. True? True, I guess? True? And your point is? Okay, stun threshold. Strength, stun threshold, strength, stun threshold. 3 stun threshold per strength. So there's strength. I mean, that can't. That must be stun immune at that point, right? Like, if I'm not stun immune at that point there,
my mind.
Then there ain't no way. There ain't no way.
I can't yet.
Right? Like, if you do a whole wheel of stun threshold, you should basically be immune to stuns. Changed my mind. Because back in my day, you could get stun immunity for 1 point. Okay, I just got stunned, so not a good sign. Not a good sign. Maybe the key to getting immune to stuns is just getting tons and tons and tons and tons of life.
I'm not ready.
Think you do, but you don't. Well, there was a trade-off with it being stun immune, right? You would have to have a build that had no evasion in it, right? So I would love that node back. So I would totally take that trade. I would take no evasion, immune to stun. The fact is, the Ghost Routes evasion guys, those motherfuckers never get stunned because they have an energy shield, so that natural chance to avoid or whatever. Plus, they have the evasion, so they never actually get hit. So what are us strength users supposed to be doing? You know?
Time.
Holy fuck! I'm getting stunned. Wait, did they change the way every stuns? Am I tripping? No. You cannot dodge roll, bro. You can't. I can't take that. Like, dodge roll is how I survive versus telegraph bosses. If I don't have dodge rolls, my guy's just fucking, he's dead, mate. He's turbo dead. Ugh! Like, the only way you're taking that note is if you're, I mean, playing click to move and playing a build that's invulnerable. Holy moly.
Return to death.
If you use Caltrops, you actually do damage. Wait, Caltrops are actually good damage? Do you mean Caltrops support? Or are you talking about Caltrops on roll as a meme? I'm pretty sure Caltrops support is Thorn scaling, bro, which is a completely different build, which I'm not doing. Which I could be doing, by the way. Maybe Thorn's damage would be okay, but...
I'm not ready.
Is Metal still playing Thorns? Did we see like the softcore trade league amount of damage? Was it anything? Was it anything? Or was it just a complete meme?
I need more time.
Yeah, I suppose you could just not dodge roll and just only use disengage, and that way you could, yeah, you could just bind space. Wait, that's an idea, right? Unwavering stance. Yeah. And then just bind space to disengage. It's kind of 5-8, actually.
I can't yet.
I'm feeling the strongest fuck, not sure a cycle available though.
I need more time.
Yeah, you can't really exactly spam it, right? Because we need to. And it's a shorter window of immunity, I feel like.
I'm not ready.
Maybe not, though. I don't know, actually. How am I still getting stunned?
I'm not ready.
A tool catalyst. Ooh, I'm getting catalysts up in this bitch. Forgot those are things. Extra min-maxing my gear. Let's go. I need to do that. My res. Are they actually cheap?
I need more time.
Because you think everyone's going to be doing Breach, right? Because there's not many game mechanics in the game, so people are just doing Breach. And naturally, maybe it's actually quite cheap to get catalysts. Whereas I know catalysts in PoE1 are super, super expensive.
I can't yet.
Like getting a fertile catalyst in PoE1 is... Ugh. Dealing damage? Mate, this is what the game is balanced with. This is what a normal build looks like. That's not,
I can't yet.
You know, I've not got insane gear. It's not meta or anything. It's just this is just a normal. I've got an ability that does bleed, and I'm sitting there, I'm bleeding the monsters.
I can't yet.
It's got some little techniques here, like this whole jump back strat where I do insane bleed ramp here. But you know, this is what it looks like, mate. Boom. This is what ethical gaming looks like. You may not like it. This is the vision, mate. This is the vision. Looks like a complete slog.
I'm not ready.
Your mom's a slog, bitch. Nah, it's definitely like it. Whoa.
I need more time.
Let me think here. Let me just think about here. What do I like? I mean, I like progressing, although I felt like the map progression sucked because it was way too easy. The progression of my character is not being great because I just went straight to like a... I'm not really getting enough changes. You're not getting enough changes. Because I just got an insane weapon pretty much straight away. I just looted it off the ground. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. There's just not that much in endgame. I'm not seeing any unique maps. I'm not a huge fan of any of the major endgames. I mean, it's pleasant endgame. It's not terrible endgame. It's just, I'm not addicted to it by any means. It's not like what I would do in like a normal PoE league where I'm so excited to get to the next thing of the new league mechanic, right? And try out some other bullshit and do some, you know, sick craft with a new thing that's out or anything like that. Like, there's none of that. No, it's not bad. It's just like not great. Just what it is just there's not enough shit to do in the end game, bro. So then it makes the end game kind of just a little bit more bland than something like when you would play PoE 1. But I'm not expecting it to have like a bunch of shit, right? Because obviously I understand that they're not anywhere done with the end game.
I'm not ready.
This is what zero build diversity looks like. Poem.
I'm playing a new weapon type with a new ability. Yeah, whenever I was playing Mace Strike for the second time, that was pain champ. Doing Mace Strike again.
I need more time.
Like that whole like just doing whenever I level with maces, it just felt exactly the same. Like to the T. It just felt like a bone shatter simulator. Let's be real.
I can't yet.
But yeah, people playing Lightning Strike has no effect on my gameplay whatsoever. I don't care that people are playing Lightning Strike. That doesn't. I get that's bad for the game, and if I played more builds, that piss me off or something. Because like, oh well, look how much better that thing is. But that doesn't affect my current gameplay because I don't care about anyone playing Lightning Strike. I don't care about how progressed another player is. It just doesn't affect me whatsoever because I'm basically just playing the game as if I'm playing SSF, and I'm not trying hard at all.
I can't yet.
I feel like the talent tree as well just feels a bit, I don't know. Like there's not enough fun shit to try.
Looking good, Quinn.
Let's be real.
What's your diet and exercise regimen?
I'm not ready.
Kefir yogurt, mate. Kefir yogurt. Let me tap do it. I'm smash max kefir. No, and I'm just eating. I was eating less calories than I was burning for a while.
Yes.
Now I'm kind of maintaining and trying to do some you know, some pull-ups and some walking and some biking and eating. Yeah, now I'm eating nachos. I'm back to nachos. I'm just doing a metabolism reset. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna literally make a living at it for winning the game. It's got nothing to do with... What is fuck going to do with anything? No. No. People are always going to... There's always going to be a meta build. Even if it's not been discovered. There's probably... I mean, there could be even better build. It's unlikely because PoE 2 is like a lot more basic. But there's always going to be a strongest build. And people are always going to gravitate to the strongest build. Now, if something is like just 10% stronger than everything else, it's going to be less of consolidation of players. But if something is like 2 or 3 times as good as everything else, people are going to gravitate towards that massively because they just want to play whatever's the bestest. They don't care. Like, what's this most powerful thing to kill the most stuff the fastest? They're just going to play that. It's got nothing to do with Bub Gun or fucking whoever, like Cute Dog or whatever fucking map blasting guy you want to, you know. Everyone's playing, right? I believe, isn't it something like 60 or 70% of the player base is playing Lightning Spear?
I'm not ready.
It makes sense, though, that people are playing the new spear skills because the new spear is the new weapon. So it's probably exaggerating the Lightning Spear thing because a lot of people just want to play spear and then they're like, well, what's the best spear skill? And then, oh, wow. It's this lightning shit. Yeah, speaking of playing ethical build though, these maps definitely are too big. Like, well, at least I feel like, you know. Like, at what point is a bite-sized amount of content? Like, at a certain point, a map is too big, right? Is it 20 minutes per map? Then you can't complete it in the actual time that you could have available to yourself. 2 minutes. I think the average time of a map should be somewhere around 5, maybe 6 minutes. But there should obviously be smaller maps and be larger maps. And the larger maps just need to have way more shit in them that's interesting. And yeah, it's like I would be totally fine with unique maps. You could have like a 20-minute unique map or something, right? Like a map, you know.
I'm not ready.
Ash color. 50-minute average is best. See, like, we log in, do 1 map for bad boys.
I need more time.
Like if a map was 2 hours long per map, it's obviously too long. There definitely is a certain point where it's too long. It's probably something around 30 minutes. Like somewhere, because people would want to play the game in their break or something, right? And most breaks are like 30 to 45 minutes, plus you gotta eat some food. So probably less than 30. Wait, where the fuck is Doriani? Huh? Oh, motherfucker's hiding from me, man. Nah, GGG, what the fuck? I'm so, like, this just shows you the problem of the game. This is an issue. Okay, my best teleport is. So I'm here. We've got here. I'm thinking I just have to run.
I can't yet. I need more time. I need more time. I can't yet.
I was looking for the boss icon the whole time. I just missed it. Like, I walked past it. I didn't see it. I don't know. I don't know if it was too far out or what. I was actively looking for it. I mean, it must have been there. I just didn't see it. Yeah. Ah, then again, maybe I knew. Maybe I.
I'm not ready.
I've only done this map layout 2 times in my life. Maybe if I knew the layout. If I knew that it was just no Doriani layout, then I would know that the boss is always to the left. That could just be like a skill issue of like, well, a mastery issue of not knowing, like a knowledge check that I failed. Because if he's always to the left, well then I shouldn't have missed him. I'd like to buy your amulet. That's Baosu, bro. Nah. I'm not selling to you, Baosu. I'm not selling to you, Baosu. This isn't World of Warcraft, little bro.
At the eve of the end, the demon of Vatzoatl has finally come for me.
Okay, here we go, boys. Get your potions ready!
Nothing can stand against us.